Daddies, TPC and Toy Daddies.
Welcome to the Toy Pick Community Top 10, brought to you by the Toy Daddies. Hey, what's going on, Toy Pick Community? It's your boy Yimbo, along with only one of my fellow Toy Daddies this time, because our boy No Chewing is having a wonderful time with his family. So, my man, Toy Father, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
This is Wednesday night. It's fantastic. And we have two amazing friends with us. ToyMigos, we have the Chamba. Hey, bud.
Hi, guys.
And Cheynee180. This is so exciting. So how's it going, everybody? I hope you're enjoying this week so far. If you've been, I don't know, dealing with the winter weather, you guys having any of these storms crashing down on you like Jersey? We got slams.
No storms,
Yeah,
but it's actually pretty cold here in SoCal. Like, it's been getting into the 20s where I'm at night.
Whoa, that's cold.
Yeah, like
It's quite cold.
the high 20s, but it's yeah. For SoCal, this is like kind of like the coldest time of the year for us. After January, it kind of like starts to, burn off a little bit. But yeah, it's decently cold. Like, I can't say, like high 20s is cold compared to back east. That's just not. It's not cold. Like,
It was 50s here today.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
Massachusetts.
wow.
Today
I
was like
know.
40 in Jersey. It's been weird, man.
It's weird. And we had a huge snowstorm on Saturday, and all of that melted today.
Oh my
Wow.
God, it was ridiculous. We had 6 to 8 in my neck of the woods, and of course it was awesome with my little 4.5-year-olds. They had a blast, and then
I bet.
oh, dude, but now it's been the talk has been because of so much snow, and it was just sitting, and then we had so much rain yesterday. Literally watched like our ground is saturated. Last night I was freaking out because I'm in my basement. I lifted my computer up. I had to bring my his tank and as many things as I could just to be safe. I'm watching my sump up until like 1 a.m. Like, please keep working.
But it was fine, right?
It was fine. We're all good.
Oh, thank goodness.
But
Thank goodness.
one of those nights. I'm like, I don't have the collector's insurance yet.
No.
You gotta
scary.
you gotta splurge and get one of those high octane, sump pumps, and then a backup too, so that you're covered.
Yeah, it was the power that was I was worried about.
Shooting the water out of.
Yeah. So my father-in-law, a couple of years. This is again such a silly thing, but we get inundated. It was like I love toys, so like this takes up so much of like my outside of work time, like with my family, my kids. But so my father-in-law gave us a generator for Christmas a couple years ago. I had never opened it. So last night I'm cutting it open. I'm trying to lug this thing to put the wheels on. I'm like, oh my God. It was a disaster.
I saw
amazing.
you putting that together. I was like, I think you need like a day to set that up, maybe.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where it's like when you go into the weekend, like Friday afternoon, you're all right, I'm gonna set up the generator this weekend. Like, it's just like the plan for the whole weekend. Like, okay, cool. You like kind of poke around, open it up and look at it on Friday afternoon, and then Saturday morning you're like, all right, let's put it in place and get everything.
Because you don't want to rush it either.
Right. Oh, that's why I was that's why I was like pooping my pants
Mhm.
last night, because I'm like, oh no, there's oil. My neighbor Dan, I was like, do you have gas? I was such a disaster.
Yeah, that's how ill prepared you are. You're like, I really should have opened this up just to see what I need for this. Yeah.
Next time, this is my toy daddy tip of the evening. If you have the choice between opening and learning about a portable generator or a his tank, go with the generator first so you don't freak
His
out.
tank ain't going anywhere. Yeah.
Or don't do it the day of the storm.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Plan ahead a little bit. Like,
just a little bit. Just have it.
Did you get
ready.
it set up?
Well, I was able to like screw. I got the wheels set up. I kind of looked over the instruction manual. I'm telling you, I was.
So you did the Friday afternoon procedures.
You got the wheels set up.
Yeah, it was.
It's got wheels now.
I was lucky. I was very lucky that everything was good. But man, guys, I'm so happy you're here tonight. We're gonna get to talk about
us. Thanks for having us.
Super thrilled that both of you guys are here. Chamba, I didn't get to meet you, but I did meet you, Cheynee, at Legion's Con, and that was a lot of fun. At first, when you came in,
Well, he didn't walk in good until he got a Yimbo hug, like before he even
That's
entered
true.
the hotel.
The second I got there, like to the hotel, Yimbo walks out and just gives me the biggest like hug ever. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be that kind of weekend. I'm down with this.
This is nice. This is comfortable.
Yeah, warm embrace.
No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah, it's like okay, this is gonna tee off the weekend.
Allegiance, but
yeah,
this is it.
So just to let you know, he won't let go until you let go. So
that's true.
And he'll let go for like 3 or 4 seconds longer.
I think yes, that's safe.
So like if you let go, you just be prepared that he's still gonna embrace you.
Right. But I read the room. Like once I start feeling like okay, but I'm not gonna be the one.
I'm not saying it's wrong. Yeah. It might be wrong that I enjoy it. That's it.
No way. No, it. See, me as a person who has experienced a Yimbo hug in person, I think you're underselling the Yimbo hug there a little bit. I think it's just like, once you're in it, you're like, okay, this is great. And you're like, oh man, that was nice.
It's like I needed that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly right.
Hey, nice.
Yeah. Kind of like.
And then every time you see Yimbo, you're like, oh, I need that hug right
here. Yeah, it's like I know I'm going to get a nice embrace. This is good. Yeah.
Well, Chamba, I was saying, like before we started, if it's okay, I can ask consensually now if you're ready for a hug.
I've been warned. I've been warned.
Yeah. You're gonna see Yimbo and you'll be like, okay, I know what to look forward to right now. And you'll be like, wow, that was nice.
That was nice. I get it now. I get it.
No, you will get it.
Right. But not. Comic-Con should be good this year.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
We were just talking about that San Diego Comic-Con and how we're all going to be there. Really excited. Looking to you guys for some tips. Yimbo, you've gone though before, haven't you?
No. This is
haven't gone. So it's like
my
you and me,
too, baby. Yeah.
Chewy's the only one that's gone between three of us.
Yeah. I'm so pumped. And then I keep hearing it's going to ruin New York Comic-Con for me, but that's okay.
It is.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's what I hear.
I'm fine because I'll still go to now. This is just starting my first annual trip, right, Chris? This is our Toy Daddy first annual Comic-Con trip.
Like the way you think.
Yep. Oh, speaking of, we got to say hi to the chat real quick because I just noticed Wow doing his little family thing, but he's here in the chat right now real quick to say hi. There's our boy, the Jason Todd, the bad boy of the Toy Daddies. How you doing, Joey?
What's up, Joey?
And who else do we have? Insightful Imagery's in the house. What's going on, buddy, man? Oh, Wade Correa, how you doing, man? Samurai Chris. Oh, the crew's all here. Messy Toy Photography. What's up, buddy? Figuratively speaking, Toy I'm assuming, maybe Jaden Ivory. I don't know.
One of the two.
My boy Cody's here. Too Much New Toys. Toy Addict 17.
Danny?
Oh, this is so great. KJ Smith, my man. And Cal the Cool.
What's up, KJ?
Oh, hold on. You got to get ready for this.
Jukebox Hero. Gotta hit it every time. I commented back a ton of YouTube and I was like, I can't sing it, but I'll do my best in text.
That's great.
Well, yeah, we can't wait, Chewy, either. Who else we got?
Endless Fables and Ron Steven. Man, thanks for everybody for joining. And obviously, like as you guys come in, say hi so we can shout you guys out.
If you have any questions for Chamba, Cheynee, please put them in the chat. We'll start them. We'll ask them. And also, as I know Yimbo is going to probably say this, the chat is the best thing about TPC. We love you guys, and honestly, you guys make us laugh every single time. So please keep it up in the chat.
So fellas, we all have probably talked extensively, as I was saying, about 2023 action figures, our favorite ones. So for you guys, like what's your plan for collecting? Do you notice any, like, have you decided any kind of collecting habit changes, or I don't know what your plans are? Have you thought about it? Or are you still just gonna get everything?
What are your habits?
Or,
Is it like
you don't have to change. No one has to. No one's forcing you. If you're happy and comfortable, keep being happy and comfortable.
Like for example, for me, it's hard to like hone it in. Like,
Yeah.
I see something shiny, I want to get it. And this year, I'm trying to make a conscious effort to stay in the lane. And one of my goals,
It's the
as well as
hardest part.
Chewy's goals, is last year we tried to do what was called the 52 figure challenge, which was basically
we tried to take that into account. I watched the stream and you're like, oh, 52, that's smart. Not I think maybe 2 or 3 people in the voice chat, on the ToyMigos voice chat on the Discord.
Yeah.
I think maybe 2 people managed to stay under that. Everyone else just went over. Because the problem is, like, there's waves. And you have to include each of those.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I didn't even expect, I don't even buy waves. And it's just, it's like, but also because I was, listening to your list, and it's like, even you only count the ones that you've paid for, even if they're not coming out that year, correct?
Yeah. So here's the thing. Like, last year we tried to do 52. At the end of the year, it was like 227.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, I went way over 52. I was just looking at my list from last year. I'm like,
I didn't go way over, but because I was like, I want to see if I can, try and
so you stayed at like 50-ish.
I stayed under 100 easy.
Wow, good for you, man.
But the thing about that, I know it's crazy, but the thing about that is that, like, I would say about 40 of those aren't coming out until this year, because I pay up front. With my orders.
Yep.
So a lot of the things that I placed orders on last year, I'm not even going to see until this year. So I think I was looking at my pre-orders for 2024, and I already have like 33, 34.
Okay.
Yep.
But that's all from last year.
Sure.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to stay under 100, but this year, to make it like a true thing, so that next year I can go maybe 52 goal, is that I'm counting everything that I pre-ordered that probably will come this year, and then count all of my pre-orders for this year towards my under 100.
And that's
anything that
even paying in full, Chris? Is that how you're doing it?
Yeah. Or for the most part, I pay up front unless I do like Ami or something like that. Well, they'll charge when it ships, but for the most part, it's paid up front. So I just want to make sure that I want to try to do this under 100, and then maybe if I can do it next year, do 50 under 50.
Yeah, because I think it's like slower steps as opposed to like just trying to go for 52 straight away. You're like, oh, that's too crazy. It's like one a week. I don't know.
For the practice of self-restraint that we were doing early, like while we were still competitively the first half of the year, as soon as we shattered it, I don't know what happened. My eyes in the back of their head. My list. I've stopped updating it. It was back in like, it could have been March, April, May. It was like, and I was at 88. I still have to go. I have home. I keep saying every week, I'm like, I have so much homework to do because I have to finish the list and then start my next one. I'm a mess, but I've been somewhat decent so far. It's only 10 days in, so we're fine.
Right. It's crazy.
It's crazy. One of the biggest things that I did that ended out last year into this year was I switched over from using Ami to just moving to Nin and Hobby Genki and paying up front for everything. I like that better. I dread that bill that comes in from Ami at the end of the month. I hate that feeling, and I'm just like, I need to get out from under this, and I need to. And there's times where it's like, the figure goes up for pre-order, and it's like, I can't really make that work or whatnot. And then I'll just wait till it comes out, and then boom, I can just order it then, and then there it is. Like it's a much easier process. And I find myself kind of like dialing things in a little bit better too. Because of where it's like where I would order a couple things nilly-willy, like, oh, you know what, I do want that, but I'll max order 3. It's all good. We'll call it a day. Now it's a more precise kind of targeted, like, okay, I really do want this thing, I need to pay for it up front right now, or I want that, but I'm gonna wait a little while, and then like, oh, all right, I'll just wait for it to come out, and then I'll get the email when it comes out. Okay, cool, I definitely am locked in on this still. Now that it's out, let me go ahead and put in the order, and now I have it.
Also, see how you feel when it's out.
You know what I mean? It's very, how do I put it? It's very different, but I like it a lot better. I feel like I have more control of the buying, whereas before it was just kind of like very like, oh yeah, I want that. Well, that looks kind of cool. Let me get that too. And then I get that bill for that month, and I'm like,
see, that's exactly how I felt towards the end. And it wasn't like there were just a few things from I did the Hobby Genki thing like mid-year or towards the end of the year. No Chewing and Machu kind of turned me on to them.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until this year where I also did a Facebook book called Toyco, and Andrew, who runs it, is fantastic, but it's you pay when he gets the shipment in, right?
Right.
So then by the end of the year, all of us were just like
Bombarded.
all of the pre-orders. And that's when I felt super overwhelmed. Like I hadn't felt like that in a while.
Yeah.
And Mezco didn't either, Chris.
Mezco at least though, like Mezco I pay up front. That one is always paid. So you're just waiting, and then like when it comes, you're like, oh yeah, they're nice.
I found myself in a similar situation with a similar deal like Andrew runs. And it's like it's the same thing, you know. It's like, oh hey, you put down that you wanted one of these. I'm like, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
So I've had to kind of nip the bud on that and nip the bud on Ami, and so now I'm like, okay, cool. Like I feel like, you know, I'm not grabbing things that, you know, normally I just would oh yeah, let me click in. All right, cool. So I'm trying to bring the reins in a little bit on some of this stuff, and, you know, kind of looking at the different lines that I do collect, which is insane already.
Yeah, it's already a lot.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, like do I need to like do I need to keep going with this? Can I dial back on this? Like, you know, like honestly, like I try to look at things in the sense of like, okay, like stuff's on display, okay, that's good, that's locked in. But if it's sitting in a tote somewhere and I haven't touched it for a year or two, am I really collecting that line? Is that something that I really care about? Let alone, are those figures anything that I need anymore? Do I need to like just let those go and sell those off? Because obviously I haven't done anything with them in a year or two.
Right.
So
well, speaking of which, you were unloading a lot of Revlatech today.
I was.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I had those things have been sitting in these they're not close to me, but they're neat little, you know, square containers to hold to hold the action figures in.
One of these? That's what I use.
Yeah, kind of.
Those work.
And,
yeah,
no, they work very well.
Oh, and I will say what I've used too to help with like protecting the paint. That's those Hasbro windowless packaging bags.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Wrap them in there, and then it gives that little protection. So this way, you know, because I chipped the nose on my like Mafex Hush Batman like back years, you know, a long time ago now.
You did.
But I had found that I had
you can buy these little
of them.
bags too.
Oh,
little
yes,
baggies are the best. Yep.
Yeah. I'd had a pile of just the Marvel superheroes like Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Iron Man, and Captain America, and I hadn't touched them in I couldn't tell you how long. Yeah. And it was like, well, what good are these doing? These aren't doing me any good here. I need to let them go. Let them go to someone who's gonna, you know, appreciate them and have way more fun with them. So yeah, it's like, okay, these got to go. I'm always looking around anymore now of like, okay, this got to go, because for me, the real estate is kind of more important than having the thing, you know?
Yeah.
We talk about that all the time, Yumbo.
Well,
this play space is, that's what I'm fighting.
Right. Well, we're all toy guys. So like, that's something that, you know, like we literally, you know, we do this all the time. We want to talk about new stuff. We want to get the new things, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it is definitely a premium, which actually, quick question for you guys, a little random, but the Vanguard pre-order came up today, the Valaverse. Is that like, where are you guys on like 112 vehicles? Or speaking of space,
I think the Vanguard is an awesome buy at a great price. Everything about it looks awesome. I just don't have the room for it. That's why I didn't get the Hiss tank. The Hiss tank looked amazing. I loved everything about it, but I don't have the real estate for it. Like, I literally have an amazing DMC diorama over here that I need to figure out how to set up or where to put and it's amazing and I love it. And it's like, okay, what am I going to do about, vehicles or whatnot? Like, I just can't. I got to be very, very picky about that stuff. Like, even the McFarlane, like 89 Batmobile, like that looked amazing. It was like, oh, that's really cool. But I can't. I just can't. I don't have room for that. And as much as like I would love to have it, it's like, where am I going to put it? I've got the animated series DC Collectibles Batmobile.
Ooh, so does this guy?
So do I. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that for Christmas one year, and that's up on a shelf over here. And that's the Batmobile that I'm gonna have now. Like that one actually, it holds a very special place. Like I got that for Christmas, and my dad actually came over, and he stayed with us for Christmas that year. And so when we opened it up, like he was checking it out with me, and we were setting everything up with it and whatnot. I'm like, I'll never let that thing go.
Yeah,
that. Yeah, like it was like a grown-up like kid memory. It was so cool. So it was
grown-up
like,
kid
that's
memory.
gonna be my Batmobile forever. So
Yeah. Well, just so you know, that an opportunity for one of those McFarlane Batmobiles will be in a future giveaway on my channel. So just keep an eye out, Cheynee. Maybe if you get one for free, then you can figure out. Just saying.
Just going back to some of the chat, No Chewing says he always likes to pay up front. Matsumara, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Rob's Pop View, how you doing?
what up?
88 Figs, welcome, bud.
What's up?
Clintastic 4, we're going to be talking about you in a little bit. Welcome. One Six Shooter, what's up, Trevor? How you doing?
Hey, quick shout out to Trev. Today I brought his calendar to my classroom. It's now hanging up in my class.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Any questions on it?
Oh yeah, they was showing some kids in my homeroom. They were very like, "What? These are toys?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, Batman. What's up, Batman?
Hey, Batman. What's up, dude?
Batman. And we got a question from Rob's Pop View. When it comes to decluttering your collection, do you sell your items, donate your items, just give them away? Cheynee, you kind of talked about a little bit about that. If it's been tucked away for about a year, you usually do that. I think, what is the Maria Kondo, or what was that?
If it doesn't bring you joy, right? Something like that.
Some that, and like there's a Netflix woman that does the organization. If you haven't played with it in like a year or haven't seen it in a year, then you.
Oh, that's my mentality with things. I have everything on display, so if I'm ever gonna have anything packed away, it technically doesn't exist. So why do I still have it in a way? Like I do have some doubles of things, but that's because I chose to purchase those doubles just in case, for the most part. And only those things are the ones that I'll unbox eventually. But right now, it's like, even with figures that I feel like I no longer need, I don't really sell anything, because in Australia, it's annoying to sell things, and it's just to ship them as well. It's just kind of a bother. So if I know somebody that will enjoy it, I'll just give it to them. It's just easier that it's like I've had my time with it, basically.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it when I had it, so I think if they're gonna enjoy it, have at it.
I know before I moved over to this room, when I was in the other room over there, I had a whole, I think it was like almost 2 walls of like figures in box that I wanted to display up on the wall, and so those all came down, and so now I've got like 4 or 5 boxes of like legends that like I got to figure out something to do with them now, And we took a lot of them that were, just like that had become peg warmers or whatnot over time. And like we just took, literally, it was probably like a big box and a half of them, and we donated them to my kids' old daycare. And nice. So, yeah. And so like that was a way to get rid of some of the stuff. I always, like, it was funny. I was telling my buddy that cuts my hair, because I was getting my hair cut over at his house, and his 2 boys, they'll walk out, they start talking toys and Ninja Turtles with me. They're like, "Oh, dude, he knows what's up." So it's like, all right, cool. And so like every once in a while, I'll have like big bag of like loose action figures, and I'm just like, "Hey, you guys want these?" And they're like, "Yeah." And so like my buddy's like, "Dude, you're their favorite," and I'm like, "That's just because I bring toys, But I'll bring those over, because it's like trying to like piece those out and sell them is just like, it's way too much of a hassle, and I don't have the time for it. And I would rather like these guys get them and play with them and tear them up and have good kid adventures with them and get the mileage out of them, because where it just works out better. I think it's a feel good for everybody.
Oh, for sure, dude. Cheynee, it was funny because the last time I had my brother and sister-in-law over with my niece and nephew, my nephew who's 7 is like getting into Fortnite, and I had some of those 6-inch Hasbro figures. So I'm like, oh, here we go. So I'm gonna like space them out. So I gave him 2 the other time, and he lost it. It was like Midas and Sky, and he was like, oh, setting it up. I was showing him how to pose, and like I gave him the glider. And I'm like, well, this is what happens when your uncle's a toy guy. Like you're just gonna get handed toys. And then I joke with my brother-in-law. I was like, I do subscribe to the whole Toy Story thing, and those toys are so happy they're getting played with because they were just collecting dust in a box, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it through the perspective of that, it's like, they've been sitting in a box lonely forever, and you hand them off to some kids, and like, okay, now I'm a character in this story today, and tomorrow I'm going to be another character in the story, and like, they'll set them up on their shelves and stuff, and there's this whole other world that, like, it seems to be missing almost in a sense with the young kids anymore, because it's always tablet video games, stuff like that. And to get that tangible toy, and to like get into that mind space of imagination and creation, and creating a world and a story, and like this could be a character that is nothing like that. Like what is it, my friend's boys, they love the Plunderlings, and they like put like cloaks on their Plunderlings and give them lightsabers and stuff, and like kind of like put them into the Star Wars universe too, or like they'll fold them into the Ninja Turtles universe. And there's this whole thing that is, if you can, like, if kids are into it, and like, they can grab a toy and just go, you know what I mean? It's like, the tablet's cool, it'll always be there, but this right here, like, this is amazing. Like, I remember when my daughter was younger, I would sit there and I'd just watch her play with her Barbies or whatever it was she was playing with, and just watch the stories roll out, and just kind of be in awe of like, oh yeah, that's the innocence of a child, making up your own little world, and just kind of like, that's the thing that you're into right there. You know what I mean? Like, it's very, very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's something to say that nowadays I do see it, like a lot of kids don't spend the time to play with their toys because it is tablets, it is shows, it's immediate gratification right there. And there's something to say that is losing a lot of patience in the world, and a lot of our perspective taking with each other as well. And so, we got to bring toys back. I love what you guys are doing in terms of just, giving toys away and letting people just play with them. In terms of just decluttering itself, I got to find a way to get rid of it. But when this gets too cluttered, I just put them in a tote, put them in my basement, and then sight out of mind.
See, I can't do that, because I mean, it's like, if it's out of sight, out of mind, it's still space that it's occupying, and
So when I go down to my basement, that's when I get overwhelmed. But I did sell a whole lot like last year. But thinking about, I have 2 girls, like I have it's all nieces, like, and they don't want to play with my toys. And I really tried. I was like, play with Spider-Man has so, like, when my kids were younger, they were all about it.
Right.
So trying to find an outlet to like just give away. And the only only people that I know that would play with toys are like my adult friends here.
Yeah.
Well, take this note. Next time you go get your haircut, if you have like a normal barber or whatnot that you go to, you can ask around to some of the guys in the barber shop or whatnot and be like, hey, you guys got any little ones that want toys? Like, I literally have a bunch of toys that they need somewhere to go, like,
that's a good way of putting it. I was like, I would never bring up toys at my barber, but yeah, okay, I like it.
That's fair. That's fair. That's totally fair.
A bunch of old Italian men in my
that's totally fair. I didn't even.
Oh, me.
You got to remember, I'm over here in SoCal, so it's a little bit different.
It might be different there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's fair.
Well, I see Rob Swap you says hashtag gotta bring toys back. It's so true.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's so nice. Like even tonight, and I've talked about this before, but like I get this like seeing my kids, I'm like, oh crap, that's how I was. Like when I think of myself at 3 and 4, like like those like little fleeting memories that you try to like grasp, like a Christmas morning or whatever. It's like in the psh, bah, bah, bah. I'm like, that's what my son's doing now. Like right before bed, he had his Pokemon and he's having just I'm like, this is amazing. I love just sitting there listening to the play. I just told my daughter, J-Shot gave me at the toy show this weekend. He bought me a Stitch because I hadn't seen Lilo and Stitch yet. So then I went home immediately, gave it to my daughter. She lost it. She was like, oh my God, no, like lost, excited.
Yeah.
And then we watched the movie. It was my first time. I'm like, Stitch is amazing.
I'm seeing it. Wow.
I bought the Super 7. So I told her tonight, I'm like, Cammy, it's Stitch. I have a daddy toy coming. It's Stitch. I'm like, and he has the superhero and makes a cake. And she goes, and he wears the underwear on his head. Yeah. Oh man. So I'm super pumped. She's like my little toy photographer. It's great.
That's amazing.
That's great, Jimbo, because Zeke
Zoom
said he taught some teens about toy photography, and when it came to posing, they kind of appeared lost and forgot how to play. That's how I feel about that piece. It's a different part of the brain that needs to be worked.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's something that you see too, like, when you look at like toy, or myself, when I look at toy photos and stuff, I'll notice that like posing is off sometimes. And it's like a lot of times people kind of overlook posing for like, okay, the picture's dialed in, got my effects, got my lighting, everything's good. And it's like, yeah, but you got, like this arm is all wonky or whatnot. And it's like
foot is angled.
Yeah, and it's like posing is more like posing doesn't get enough credit that it deserves, because it literally will sell your picture. You could have something that the lighting isn't that great with a stellar pose and it's going to sell that photo, versus something that everything is like lighting's firing off, like the angle, everything is beautiful on it, and the leg is like tweaked all weird or something. You're like, that it takes me out of it immediately. Like, just
we all can't be macho. That's
what I was gonna say. Like for us, like we're getting to see Matt get posing in person. Oh my God, it's just
to his credit,
artistry.
To his credit, though, is you see him constantly. He'll have a figure in his hand.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what it takes. Like you always constantly kind of have to have something in hand and kind of like just tinker around with it. I know I've heard with the ACBA guys, when they get asked the question sometimes, like, how do you improve on posing? It's like, when you're just sitting there watching TV or whatever, just pose. That's literally just pose. Yeah. Or look at a picture, and just go, okay, how can I get that? How can I get that to look like the picture? And how can I get display emotion through this motionless figure, in a sense? And you get, poses here or there, and you just kind of like, you tinker with it, and slowly but surely, when you pick up a figure, it's just gonna dial in. You're gonna go, okay, cool, like this is that, or this is this. And then even sometimes with like something that would look like a static pose, the smallest little tweak to something is gonna add an enormous amount of like life to it.
It's subtleties.
Yeah. Well, something that helped me, I've offered this tip.
Are you playing with that too? I am too.
Oh, that figure's so awesome. That's I looked up like model portraits, like portrait posing for photographers for people, and I started like trying to like. I remember I did that with this particular Nightwing because handsome Dick Grayson. Like I had to give him the model treatment, and oh man, even just something like that, and it was simple. Like the stuff I was doing was simple, but it gives you like the tilt and the nod and the like just those little subtle tweaks that make all the difference.
Yeah, so true. I mean, again, what the Chamba was saying, the subtleness of it, that's what I'm trying to learn in terms of just how to pose, but also making sure when you do get that pose,
be right back.
like when your camera is all
yeah.
set and everything, and then you're looking through it like, this does not look right.
Mhm.
This pose does not look right. But then you're looking at it again, you're like, well, it looks fine here, and then you look at the camera like, it doesn't look right.
Because it's
Angles.
about angle at that point.
Angles.
Too. Yeah. Because like you guys are speaking about like posing and whatnot with photography. I browse Weibo a lot, that Chinese the website where they post things, and a lot of the photos that I gravitate towards there aren't the ones that have amazing lighting, amazing setups. It's more so you can have a desk shot, one lamp, and if the pose is amazing, it's some of the best shots I've seen. So it's because the posing for me is what brings the actual piece to life. Lighting could be there, setup could be there, but if I like was mentioned earlier, if the pose is wrong or if the pose looks off, the whole thing doesn't work. So yeah.
Well, Chamba, I have a little chicken or the egg question for you, buddy. Because obviously you are a fantastic artist. like just your stuff is stellar, man. Do you think that action figure posing was helped by the artwork, or has the posing helped the artwork? See where I'm going with that? Like,
yeah.
I mean, obviously you have like years and hours of skill and practice
Right.
towards. So like I know that, but I'm saying, in the last couple of years, like when you think
I
about
would say it's definitely I think for me anyways, drawing helps me with posing. Because there's a lot of times where, because it's an illustration, it's especially like a flat illustration, it doesn't have to make sense. There are some things that an illustration can pull off that a figure cannot. Like, for example, I've got the Tech on Avengers from SH Figure Arts. When drawing the book, I was doing poses that shouldn't make sense in a way, because like you can exaggerate things, correct? Like you can in illustrations you can exaggerate, and that's what it's all about, emphasis of the pose and what you want to try and sell. You can probably pull that off with some of the in some figure photography, but there's going to be a lot of actual editing and manipulation for that. Say I was like, it would have been great to have the figures when I was drawing it so I can see as far as the design reference goes, but a lot of the posing, I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do that. If I followed the pose of the figure directly, a lot of the the drawings in the panels would have looked too static. It would have looked too stilted and not as impactful. And I think, it does help. Like I did use figures when drawing some of the panels there, mainly for the larger group shots and character placements. When you have to draw like, I don't know, like 12 Ultrons fighting them, and you're like, it's just trying to figure out where to pose them. It's like, it's a bother. So I just grabbed a bunch of like bodycoons and synthetic humans and just like, all right, these look good there. All right, that's good. And I have to set them up again. It's like, all right, these ones look good there. So it's an assistance, but definitely there are certain things that you can push. I think it definitely, like, drawing helps me posing because I can, it just, how would I have drawn it? It's like, okay, like this. But then certain times I'm like, oh, okay, this one works. But it's just having a 3-dimensional image in front of you does assist. But oftentimes I would think about how I would have drawn it before I posed it.
Oh, thanks, man. Oh, I love hearing that. That was a masterclass.
What was really interesting, just thinking about that too, thinking about Nose Rain and how this week he's lifted with Turtle Ginsu the t-shirts. So like that was his photo. Turtle Ginsu illustrated that and used that photo. Just thinking about how that can transpire in a way of like, all right, here's a photo. How am I going to draw this photo? Thinking of it that way. So I think that's a great way of just, as you were saying, Yimbo, like bringing both arts together.
They really do work in tandem together. There's, like you said, it is a chicken or the egg thing in a sense, because, if you look back for as long as people have been painting and drawing, they've been looking at people to do so. And then, and it goes back and forth. It's really cool. One other thing that I did want to add too is like when you're posing is, if you're going for that exaggerated pose and whatnot, like push it a little bit further. Like if you think it's exaggerated, push it a little bit more, depending on, you know, your angle and your shot and whatnot, and just kind of tweak it a little bit more, and it'll really come out in that photo.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great tip, Cheynee, because I subscribe to the John Cena. You got to play to the back aisle. You guys sound like if you've ever seen Cena wrestle live. Like I went to MSG once and like, you know what? He looks goofy when he's on it, but like it does. I was up in the bleeds and I was like, this is
to me, it's theater. You have to exaggerate. Like theater is exaggeration, right? And at least even when drawing, what I'm trying to do is emulate what I would see in film. Like I see it as a moving picture, except I'm taking stills from it. So technically, if I draw something, I have to visualize it. Like that's why I think the photography to illustration works so well, because what are you trying to do? Is you're trying to capture a scene to make it look like to capture a scene. So to illustrate that, you convert it back really. But like what Cheynee was mentioning, it's like just push it a little bit further, because I think it depends on. I mean, we see things with our eye, right? But then the camera can see it differently. Obviously, like you were saying earlier, Toy Father, it's like it depends on the lens as well. Like a lens is a factor, and so like a fisheye lens, for example, right? That's something that I would draw in a fisheye, just because that's how I would imagine it. And a lot of people used to ask, like, how did you visualize it? I'm like, I don't know, I just picture it in my head. So it's hard to describe. Like I don't have I don't know what lens my mind's eye is seeing, but it's like, all right, the hand is this close to me. It's like, yeah, so how would it look like if it was a figure or if it was on a camera? It's like, okay, push that hand as close as you can, or even off the screen, so that you can really feel that movement going. So
yeah, I see that with your like Street Fighter illustrations. Like
you want to feel
like
impactful.
Your hands this close, but everything's back here.
Like that. This camera, excellent for it, because like the perspective is intense, but that's not what you would normally see if you were looking at somebody, right? So what do you want to show the audience? How impactful do you want to show it? So I think these are all factors, and it depends also on the subject matter of what you're taking. It's not going to work for everything, but that's why it's like pick and choose what you want to do in that sense.
Yeah. By the way, I'm cracking up right now because I just saw quarter Wade Krieko. Now they're like wanting maximum articulation and only doing vanilla posts.
Exactly. All the time. Whenever like the whole like double elbow, double knee thing.
Yeah, I love that.
That debate goes around, and whenever it's brought up, I'm like, but I've seen your display. Everyone's just standing there. You're not even utilizing any of it. Why don't you use what's available and push that as it is? Just I don't know. It's bizarre that.
I mean, you just had, like, as Jimbo said, just a masterclass of just explaining what both of you like posing and all that, and yet, I'm still really impressed that you stayed under 50 figures this past year.
It's not under 50 figures. I was over 50. I was over 50, but it was definitely
under
not
100.
Like, it was under 100 easy. It was under 100.
Why vanilla when you can do something like this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's wow. So I think you two are really the first ones to really talk, well, with the exception of Machu, but really talking about and emphasizing how posing really is the most important piece for you to bring into a photo.
Oh yeah.
I think we've always talked about lighting. We've always talked about
those are all important for sure.
That
very
piece,
important.
Yeah. This is the very first time I think we've really talked about posing as the main point of the.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you know, for how long we've been doing. I mean, again, it's been a few years now of doing the Instagram, and you know, like there's, you know, you read the complaints of like the hand pics or the desk pics that like take off, but it's like that's because like toy photography, again, we say here, we are Banksy, we are underground art, all thanks to ToyMigos Lago that coined that, right? Like toy photography is still like very much like a graffiti underground art form, and I totally I embrace that. I love that so much. And like, yeah, you get some fire posing. It doesn't matter the lighting if you just, again, desk shot, because that is bringing in, there's far more collectors than there are toy photographers, and you know, and our art form is still kind of getting out there, but again, you can hype. It comes back to posing. Posing is so vital. It's so good. It's so
I think the
important.
desk shots, I know it's getting quite popular, and I know some photographers might be like, that's not like, how is that getting the traction? Because in my head, I'm like, oh, because it's still a toy.
Yeah.
They're taking a photo of a toy. Like, they're not trying to make the toy look real. That's cool to do. If you can if you can make a toy look like it's actually part of the scene, that's awesome. But if you can actually sell the toy to look like a toy, that's you're killing it. Because it just shows like, yeah, here's my desk. This is a lamp. This is natural sunlight. Anyone can take this shot.
Right.
I think that's why those ones hit it off so well. Also, it's posed amazing because this is what the figures are capable of, but anyone can actually take this shot. You don't need the diorama. You don't need a fancy camera or the lighting. It's just, you can just pose your figure, take it on your phone. That's it. Or the ones on those hand shots. It's like, yeah, I'm playing with my toy, came up with a cool pose, snap a shot.
Yeah.
Anyone could do this.
That's usually
that's the appeal, at least.
That's usually the first thing that, if someone asks me like, oh, what do I do to, I want to get into that or whatnot, I tell them, I go right back to the age old, like, get a figure and just start messing with it. Just try and hit some poses with it and keep doing it and keep doing that. And then take some pictures with it and then work on your angles. And then after you get the posing down and you're like, okay, cool. Like this posing is dialed in. I think I got it good now. Then throw in your lighting, then put it on a diorama and start working up all the layers behind and, but it always starts with posing. Posing is the one thing that, like, me personally, when I'm going to do a shot, I start here with, the posing. I get the pose down. Okay. These two figures are going to be fighting or whatever it is they might be doing. I get the pose down and then, okay, that's set up. Now let's start putting the layers down of everything else and work around that. That's how I do it, at least, but that's how it works for me.
Do you guys have, like, when you first take a figure out, after you smell it, I don't know if you guys come on, right? That's not just me, right?
We all do that.
Do you guys have a go-to first pose? Because I definitely realized at some point, I'm like, oh man, that's my initial thing with every figure. Do you have like I'll tell you mine after, but do you think you do that, or you just start screwing around? Yeah,
I do primarily. Like, I usually just fiddle around with it, but I'm gonna try and make him do a punch, like a flying punch, because to me something like this will show how far I can push the figure. As far as, because like, you'd need to twist the torso, you'd need to work the shoulders, the neck, the hips would have to function. There's got the actual thigh cuts would be involved, the ankles, everything would be involved, at least for me, for this. So if I can, like, the stronger, the more exaggerated I can pull this punch off, then the more I know I'm going to enjoy that figure.
Yes,
because and this one's amazing, by the way. If anyone hasn't picked this one up, it's might be one of the better Dragon Ball Z releases. They've taken all of the engineering, was like, yeah, let's throw it into that. Bang up job.
Cheynee, how about you, buddy? Do you have or do you just like to screw around?
Usually the first thing I do is I'll check all the joints. I just kind of like tinker around.
Sure, after that.
Works.
Yeah.
And then,
you have to see all the joints first.
I think what I do usually, if I'm not mistaken, is trying to find a figure here. Well, I just opened this one up today, but I think the first thing I did with this Mayfix Magneto was I kind of like put him in like a, kind of like,
like character specific. Do you think you do that? Try to go like a signature look for that character?
Yeah, I think it varies for me, honestly. I really do. Yeah. And then I try to push the limits of it and see what I can get away with and what I can't get away with. That's one thing that I did want to say with those Mega Man figures from Jada. Like, you could push those things to the limit. Like, they've got those soft crotch pieces, and it's wild, man. You can push the hips to the limit on those things, which is very similar with the Street Fighter ones. You could push them to the limit, and that's like something that's like very like interesting and fun to me. Is like when you're like, okay, like this is what I can do. Can I get a little bit more out of there.
How
And
far can it
yeah,
go?
yeah. What's the maximum?
I don't want to break it, but I want to
right. I want
see how
I
far.
just want to get right up there. Yeah.
I like Wade Creates at first pose is always Spider-Man thwipping, even the chunky boys.
That's a good one
Nice.
because again,
That is a
to
good
me,
one.
that's like the punching pose where if you can, don't get me wrong, not every figure or character should be able to do the Spider-Man.
Sure.
I think
Yeah.
Spider-Man has to be able to do Spider-Man though. You know what I mean? That's the key. It's really annoying when you get a Spider-Man figure, like, oh, you can't even do that. Like, you fail as a Spider-Man figure, guy. Come on.
Yeah.
So,
That's kind of like going back to what Yimbo was saying. That's kind of like my go-to, like just the crouching, like right there.
Yeah.
Like whether
A good
it's
crouch.
Batman or like a good crouch, or like an Iron Man, like
Three-point
the landing.
knockdown.
The landing.
Yeah.
I noticed if you obviously we've all seen the amazing reviews, but like how he kind of goes into something like this. That's usually one of my early ones too. It's like this or the punch. Like I need a good right.
This is always the signature rider kick, though. No matter what figure it is, he'll throw it in the rider kick. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Love that.
So that Moon Knight, man, I know it just went up on Big Bad. That's another figure, Cheynee. Yeah, that like going back to your collecting style for this year, like that's where I'm trying to be good too. So like that Moon Knight, I wanted to jump on it immediately, and I was trying to. It hit me. It was holidays, so like I was trying so very hard to not blow Santa's budget. That's what. So. Like I had passed on the like I didn't pre-order it, and then now it's out, and then I missed the first, and I was like, okay, and then I start seeing Toy Mirth and other people like Chris has it, like just
so the FOMO kicks in.
So good, yes,
Yep.
But now it's available, and it's like, okay, I know I can add it, but will I need that? But like I still have that Mezco that's so beautiful, and if I'm gonna shoot Moon Knight, but then there's that Arkham Batman, so maybe I'll go Batman. I'm starting to again make more decisions as like Batman's.
That's got to be the hardest part about all this. Like, it's funny because like these toy companies, they got it made right now because they don't have to do any kind of advertising for their stuff whatsoever.
We do the advertising for them.
We do it all. And so it's like you said, when you see, other toy people like, oh, got this, and they're taking these crazy pictures with it, and you're like, I wasn't really sold on that, but that looks really good. Maybe I should pick that up now. Like you're like, you're like, if I can just wait it out this first week, now that everybody's got it in, then it'll die off after next week, and then I won't remember it, and then I'll be like, okay, I don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
I find myself more so nowadays, like looking at things like, I don't need that. I don't need that. Like I really don't need that. Like it looks cool, but I really don't need that. And it's got to be like something where I'm like, I have to have that. I have to have that, like from the announcement up to when it comes out to, and it's like, I'm more and more. It's like, okay, that's cool. I enjoy that, but I really don't need it. I don't need it.
It's getting harder now though. Like there's a lot of announcements. Like I love SH Figure Arts. Bandai, what they do are killing it. And they've just been showing us too many properties, which I did not expect. And that's usually like, oh no, I don't buy a lot of lines. Yeah, Jamiroquai, JK. I was like, do I opted out of it. I should have, because I can pair him with my Daft Punk. But but I was like,
it's a great one. I'm
kind of glad I held off because it's like, I really don't need it. But then there's like, they showed off. They're gonna do, Kaiju number 8. They're gonna do Yu Yu Hakusho. They're gonna do Rurouni Kenshin. They're gonna do, you name it. They're gonna do Demon Slayer. They're already doing Dragon Ball. They got Chainsaw Man. I'm like, their hands are just all in my wallet. And I'm just like, take it. I already know I want it. So that's why I feel like, I know what tomorrow, I think it was, a couple of pre-orders are going to drop from both Revoltech and SH reissues for Revoltech. And you've got the Stitch. I'm getting multiple. I've already got. He's a Grail. So I was like, I've waited for them to reissue that, and they are. So I'm like, cool. I'm gonna buy multiples. So there's a few more I'm gonna add to this silly list. Jesse's a 1.5, and I'm like, I already got Buzz and Woody, so I have to get a Jesse.
Me too. I know.
And it's the 1.5, so which is the added faces that they've had before, and it's like, that's cool. But then it's also nice to see things where, like what Cheynee mentioned earlier, where you see it like that looks awesome, but I can pass
I don't have
it.
to have it.
Yeah, I don't have to have it. I'm thankful I'm that way with, say, the Naruto SH figure arts or the Bleach SH figure arts, because if I was in them, it's like, oh, cool. Here's more of my money, which now would be more space to fill, and it's just it's hard. Yeah, it's hard.
It is.
Well, it is hard, and I think you're right in terms of just. I think all of us have been probably on Instagram for about the same time and collecting hard as well, and I feel the same way. Like, I feel like you're at this point of like, I have so many of these figures. Why do I need one more? Or what is the definitive figure that I have that that makes me want? I don't need it. But I'm getting to that point where it seems like both of you are, where I'm like, all right,
you have to. There's
that
just
point
so
where
much
I'm like,
stuff coming out.
I'm okay with it, and I have to be okay with it.
Yeah.
And
I don't buy a lot of domestic figures
so
because
much.
I'm in Australia, so I'm even more.
Yeah, you're
picky,
lucky.
You know,
Yeah.
like if I was in the US and all the legend stuff would be readily available, I would be more in trouble. But I don't buy a lot of domestic figures because to me it's still an import here.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Yeah. So if I was going to go import, I'll may as well pay a little bit more and get the import, the Japanese imports or the Chinese imports, which is of the characters that I actually truly want, as opposed to just buying something because it's available. It's in arm's reach.
I want to
It must
remember
be
that.
hard. It must be hard for you guys. Yeah, it must be hard because it's like you walk into Target, you're like, oh, cool, there's a whole wave. I didn't need this, but I'm putting it in my cart, and that would be hard.
It's even harder when you're with a group of like toy collectors, like
100%.
And then they all get this. I'm like, I feel like I should.
You see the photos, and you're like, I could do that too. Then it's like, oh, they look great on they would look great on my shelf. It's like,
oh man, guys, this has been such a blast. We know you. We only we're gonna get a little piece of you guys tonight, but I hope that this is going to be the first of many times.
Sure.
That we'll get to continue chatting. I had a blast with you guys on ChatMigos the one time I was neat. That was a blast. So I'd love to do more stuff with you guys. But again, I know you guys have time restraints.
We'll definitely have to have you back for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah, guys. So please, by all means, this is a chance for a little mid-show plug. Like I said, ToyMigos, guys. If you don't know the ToyMigos, they are fantastic fellas. I mean, love you guys so much.
They're awesome.
So, lay it out. Where can we find you guys? What are time slots? All of the good things.
Let's see. We've got ChatMigos Assemble on Tuesdays at 5:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8:15 Eastern. And then we have They're Not Dolls on Thursday nights, which is tomorrow night at 8:15 and 11:15. And then, we've got just dropped the Banjo and Kazooie video today on the channel. So if you guys haven't checked that out, go check that out. It's from Premium DNA. And we've got the ToyMigos Discord, ToyMigos Facebook group, ToyMigos Instagram, ToyMigos Facebook page as well. So it's just kind of I think if you type in ToyMigos, you might find us somewhere.
You should find it.
Yeah. And then me personally, I'm Cheynee180 on Instagram.
My man.
I'm the Chamba on Instagram and Twitter. And you can just find me on the ToyMigos Discord. Pretty much we do like a voice chat there almost daily. And we just talk. It's a lot of this conversation pretty much just continued there. Which is,
I have to say, when I first got into photography and went kind of like deep into everything, They're Not Dolls was one of the first things that I listened to. That was when it was when I did the podcast. I never really went on YouTube until after this stuff, but so it's really just awesome to have both of you guys on here. And
this is fun, man.
Thanks for having us.
I was turned on to the ToyMigos back at Zap Comics when I had 300 followers, and I'm walking around looking at action figures going, hey, I'm a toy photographer. And I'm like, lo and behold, made the connection toy. Oh my God. So it's been amazing seeing what you guys have done since, you know, in the last 4 years, just the growth of the whole ToyMigos. And Chamba, like, again, your artistry is
Thank you so much.
spectacular, man. And you guys are the best.
Really. Yeah.
Thank you for your
Cheynee,
time tonight.
I do have to say, when I met you in person, I'm like, wow, that's Cheynee, that's cool. And then he chugged a White Claw. Then I was like, this guy's Superman. Like,
Yeah. It's like, oh, he was cool before. Now he's really cool.
Yeah. 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 I was down to have fun. I'll put it that way.
I look forward to hanging out at Comic-Con, guys.
Yes. It's going to be
fun.
great.
It like last year was really, and I know Macho and Jay Shot had a great time, and that's probably why they're like, yeah, this is, you guys have to go. I know they made a lot of emphasis where it's like, yeah, if for those that missed out last year, you really did miss out, but that's why it's more emphasis is to like, make sure to do this year for sure.
Yes.
Because it is just a great time just to meet everyone, you know, just to hang out, be in the same room. Yes. Actually talk about toys whilst looking at the toys. That's really nice. Yeah, that's really good.
We're gonna
a
have
lot of
to get
enabling going as well. A lot of
you're gonna have to come to Allegiance Con next year.
I'm not elite. Yeah, it's time. Like time wise, I would if I could. If it was so simple for me to fly, I would. But
you are on another continent.
Yes, yeah, exactly. It is lunchtime here, basically. So yes, that's the time.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks again.
Thank
guys.
you
Thank you so much, guys.
Appreciate you guys.
Bye, guys.
Take it easy.
See you. All right. Oh my God, that was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed chatting along with us. And yeah, we have a whole top 10 to run through, and we also have some comments coming on. Captain McKay. Oh, he was. We got some comments, Chris. Let's hit the chat real quick.
Comments first. Or...
Yeah, and then we'll.
Where are we going first?
Oh man, well, we got Not a Bird in the house.
There's so
D Blake makes. Oh, treat yourself. And let's see.
Claire's here.
Oh, D Blake is talking about his Ulanzi Fogger. All right, Jay, my man. I showed him some of my Rangers Super 7 shots that I did. And he was like, dude, you got to post it. So I have to post them tonight. So I'll post them. Yeah. So thank you, Jay. Love you, buddy.
I did say this.
Woo, Dorklair. What's up, buddy?
Great seeing you. Yeah, Not a Bird, Not a Plane. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, Crooked Ninja Turtle. We're gonna be talking about you later. Big Troy's Collectibles.
Pablo's in the house. He was asking about Pablo. Stitch for Reval Tech. Yes, I'm looking at, or no, I think Chewy's doing it for us through.
Yes. It's on the 12th. Okay, Hobby Genki.
Is it Genki?
I think so.
Oh, all right. I still have to make my account and order that Batman.
Do you need an account? I guess. Do I have an account? Is that how? Yeah, I guess so.
Virtual. He was a virtual pile of loot or some of the thing, something like that. But Captain McKay, what's going on, man? So let's see. I'm going to tell myself to slow down on lines and figures I collect, but then I just find brand new lines to buy into without actually slowing down on the ones I collected all along. It's not awful. It's wonderful. We're playing with toys, but I understand what you mean. Again, that when you hit that point of oversaturation, just like the ground in New Jersey.
That's what it is. That's where I think we're getting, or at least I feel like we're both trying to get to that point of like feeling saturated, right? We're oversaturated at this point. Now we need to understand how to wring the sponge.
Right. And that's, and you know, going back to the question that we asked the guys about how they handle, like, you know, like either selling or giving away and stuff like that. And like, I think it's been a blend. Like Chris, you've been very generous. Like even with me, like I still have to shoot that Neo that you gave me. I love that Ninja. Oh my God. But again, we're either generous with ourselves, we're generous in giveaway, you know, like trying to be with our nieces, nephews. At least I have, you know, like I'm able to kind of still get a couple of them to enjoy the toys. Giveaways on streams. Yeah. And then like a blend, you know, you try to, I have my eBay page. I try to throw some stuff up. It's just, you know, like if it goes, it goes, you know, like it's there if somebody wants it. Try to be reasonable, you know.
It's a constant hustle with being a toy photographer, being a YouTuber, being a collector, trying to get rid of stuff.
Toy dealer.
Toy dealer.
What's up, Unworthy?
How you doing, buddy? Ravat, how you doing, bud?
Hey. I like Wade said, sell the boxes, keep the figs.
No excuse.
Oh, Rampage Insane boxes, keep them or toss them. That's my biggest struggle. What if I sell something? That, do you see that? That was right by Pablo.
Pablo up there.
Chats. That's Rampage. That is another one of those because like Chris and I, we keep it. For a long time we're keeping everything.
That's so tough.
I know that I ended up finally like getting rid of my Legends boxes because I figure like I take care of the stuff. Yeah, like the Legends stuff I can get rid of. McFarlane boxes, that was another big like, thing, just mental, that's off my head. And now if again, whether it's giving them away or just trying to sell them loose like, I just think like, hey, if I can start somebody else's journey, like here's a lot of Legends for whatever, like I don't care. Like I know the money was spent, you know what I mean? It's gone. It's all I took the pictures or maybe not, and now it's time for somebody else. So it's kind of like that with when it comes to certain only certain Legends are really like, and again, not life-changing money, but nice to get some extra coin. But
yeah, I mean, I think some of the older ones you can still get some like
certain ones, but it's not as many as like you would. I think when I told myself so many of these were going to go up and the lies we tell ourselves.
Definitely nothing released within the past like 2 or 3 years will give you great money.
Right. Like occasionally, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, and I think it's like which boxes to keep, and then I have kept all my Mezco boxes, right? But then when it comes time to sell, where is that Mezco box? Like I have to find it.
Yeah,
that's the worst feeling.
I have the tubs of like specific, like now I know, like I have those empty. That's a tub full of empty boxes. So now I know it's like I'm dealing with either Mezco, Mafex, SHF. I've kept Mythic, like anything Four Horsemen stuff. I hang on to.
You keep the boxes. Really?
Because in terms of resale value for those guys, that was also a D-Blake Makes recommendation that you do get it. But how much more are we talking? Maybe 5, 10? You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's going to be like you're going to be disappointed. And if you're getting rid of a figure, if you're at that point where you're selling it, it's just time to move forward. Always forward always.
ToyMigos likes to toss the boxes and then have a fire sale with all of his figures.
Yeah, but it's that is true. The Hot Toys, that's another good box. Good boxes to keep too.
That's true. I just collect boxes to put on my other boxes.
KJ Smith's cracking me up. ToyMigos toilet paper, ToyMigos orange juice, ToyMigos hats, cheeseburgers. I'm sure you can find ToyMigos.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's so funny.
Sully said it feels good once those boxes are gone. And he reminds everybody, that's right, hit that like button. Thanks so much. And don't forget one of our is it sister shows? No, just kidding. Toy Bro shows. One of our
Toy Bro shows. I like Toy Bro
Behind
shows.
the Plastic with our boys TMNT 1987, Sequential Plastic Zach, and Not a Bird, Not a Plane. So
they're awesome.
Yeah.
Love those guys.
Wade creates his novel idea. Toy company have a box buyback plan. Get some extra dough and not have to make as many boxes. Cut some waste too. I would love that. I don't know how that would pull off, but man, that is a really great idea. I mean, just any kind of, in my mind, any way that we can reduce, reuse, recycle. I'm all about it. Remember the lessons we got, Chris? I remember there was an assembly in 5th grade that was all about recycling. We are not doing that message.
Not only that, just like the commercials, like the songs behind all that, and the big pushes for that. There's no concentration on it. Nowadays it's just about making money and pushing products.
Yeah. Too bad I get to read this, Trev. I apologize, but if Chamba catches the rest of the stream later, he'll hear it. No excuse, Chamba. Yeah. People from Sweden to Legion's Con, as Toy Father knows with his customs. So true. And Toy Mirth, what's going on? Wade Crate, Pat Captain playing it. He's a hero. Exactly. That's what I mean. The messaging. We got a lot of good planetary messaging when we were younger.
The most important power, heart.
Yes. And there's sequential plastics in the house. Oh, this is so good.
Oh yeah, Zach.
And Pablo says, if somebody wants a figure enough, they will buy it with or without the box. It's so true.
It's true.
You know, even Go Figure Go, when I was talking to him, you know, about boxes and stuff, his whole thing is like, he's like, you know, we can't take any of this stuff with us, right? Like this is temporary ownership, right? So like in the grand scheme of life. So he was saying, you know, what was it? I'm not leasing a toy to give pristine to the next person. And that's fine. That could be your prerogative. You know, like enjoy. It's your figure until, like I said, you can't take it with you.
Yeah.
So enjoy it. Oh, and sequential plastic. Zach said, thanks, guys. We just interviewed someone who happens to be in this chat. Again, guys, it's such a great show. The 12-minute time limit, getting to hear from so many wonderful people. And there are so many. I mean, like the content can keep coming for you guys because there's so many wonderful toy photographers out there. So excellent, excellent. Rampage Insane. Thanks, man. That's what we try to do here as our toy daddies. We just try to be transparent, right? We talk about sharpening our axe. Mental health, we cover it all because we just want to share that joy, finding your joy.
I think that, it's great. It was great talking to the Chamba and Cheynee because, or anyone that comes on, especially everyone in the chat, like you all understand what we're talking about. You all understand the struggle of like those impulse buys that we think about daily, the late night, like, you know, right after this, I'm going to go into bed, but I'm still going to go on my phone and then you're like browsing Amazon or browsing like, oh, what are the deals? Like, this is amazing. And it at some point it does feel like a sickness, but it's a lot of fun.
Right.
But it's all about how we help each other kind of navigate this and understand it, and then give each other strategies that help each other out, whether it's to curb the spending or understand why you might be indulging in this way. And I feel like the past year doing this show with you, Yimbo, and even previous years, just like knowing you, it's been such a pleasure kind of going on this track with you and No Chewing of understanding how to be a better toy daddy. And I think that's what it comes down to when it's just like, how do we become more responsible? How do we have fun? And how do we stay positive?
Exactly. And Retro Storm 15, did I miss the top 10? You did not. So, you know, obviously at some point you're able to. Yeah,
great segue.
Worries. Yeah, it is a great segue. So Chris, you keep going. I will shout out the rest of these comments coming in while you set up our slideshow. So yeah, no, Retro Storm, we are getting into it. We did start tonight hanging out with Cheynee180 and the Chamba from ToyMigos, and they were obviously, if you don't know them, they're wonderful, wonderful dudes and awesome collectors. So much fun. Trevor says, I have a storage space just for boxes, mainly 1/6. My math says I can do that for about 3 years before the cost outweighs the value of the boxes.
Wow, really?
There you go. Captain McKay says, it absolutely feels like a sickness when I plan to duck into the bathroom at work at noon exactly so I can see what the NECA Vault figures are week after week. Dude, we've all been there. And that's what Chris is saying.
That's so
like,
true.
Just being able to share and know that, you know, we're not alone in these feelings. And again, like we just talk about it because not that it's just helping. We're trying to help each other. Like for me, like hearing this helps, like, because it's all unique to ourselves anyway, in our own perception and what we need as a person, you know? So that's what is just so nice to like be able to hear these different strategies and different things to think about. That's all we're doing is just sharing perspectives.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, hey, it's part of life, right? You have to embrace it literally, you know? Like I try to enjoy every single day. I'm grateful. That's the big thing. I am grateful for every single day. I'm telling you, like, we haven't talked about our friend Ryan, Tuscan Traders, in a while, but just like that, for we all, every single person has someone in their life, or you know, God forbid, multiple, but like we have those moments that impact us. And for me, that was the final switch in my head where I wanted to, again, appreciate every single day. Like I literally run through my day. I'm thankful for, I look to the good of what I was thankful for, because it's not all good, but I look to what was good throughout the day and I'm thankful for it. And I go, I hope the lights come on tomorrow. And that's it. But then like that helps. That helps, you know, like that's sorry, Chris. As I laugh about death.
No, it's true. I mean, I think like all of this is just plastic, right?
Yeah.
We do love it. It's a hobby of ours, but we also understand what is important to us, and we make space for that. We make space for this as a hobby for ourselves, but we make space for the more important things as well, whether it's family or kids or loved ones. Like we talk about that too. So
yeah. Hey, I'm gonna real quick, Chris. I'm gonna give the tiniest peek behind the curtain. But yesterday, I was having a toy related stressor, and again, fortunately, having you guys and Chewy was the one that was like, okay, think about what are 3 things you're grateful for that are non-toy related, and that really like centered me, reminded me of what was important. Which again, like as much as I try, I'm a work in progress. We all are. There's no like achieving perfection. Like I'm just constant. It's a constant. You know, like the way that I am, it's a mindset, but you have to like work at it. And that was such a great reminder. And like the third thing I said to you guys was like, I'm thankful to have friends that I can share this my crazy with, because like
you were spiraling.
I was, man. It happens. I just try to be smart about it, where I'm just my safe space. So you guys are my
well. What I appreciate about you, Yimbo, you are not you are an extrovert, so you share, you're vulnerable, you share how vulnerable you are. For me, I battle it internally, and it doesn't turn out well. So I'm trying to be better at externally. I do find myself being an extrovert, but when it comes to those feelings, sometimes I don't vocalize them. So I'm trying to be more like you this year.
Oh,
that's one of the goals.
Well, you guys are awesome. And there's no chewing. Chewy the Y shows up once in a while to tell you to cut away from the ledge. Wade Create said, I appreciate your appreciation for his appreciation of his appreciation.
Man, I gotta tell you, when Wade Create is on fire, he gets on fire. Like he was on fire on Toy Talk the other night, and he just had us all in stitches, like just crazy.
I was hanging out with him in the chat in Unparalleled Universes stream last night. It's just
oh my god,
so nice when I'm like, oh my great.
All right.
Yeah. Yes.
So let's get started. At least we're not going to be jumping right into the top 10, because we're talking about what is making us happy. And we kind of dabbled in this.
This is a great opportunity for our chat. Once again, we always love to hear from you guys. So something that's making you happy in the toy community right now, or in your real life, like that's totally like this is what we're all. This is a community. That's what we want to know. So. So if you have anything you just heard was making us happy, but Chris, is there anything in addition that is making you happy, maybe in the toy space that's pumping you up?
Honestly, I love this guy, and we were talking about like doing some adjustments to him, using Matru's. We flip the peg, we pop the flag, and then we use some nippers to like cut. I don't know why they made it, but they had this like big like disc around this knob, and so we just cut that around, and now the crunch is just a little bit better.
Yep. I'll share with you guys what's making me happy is I am staying with my commitment of an addition, like one of my own videos up on my channel. Each week I was able to, so a comparison video, my video for this week will be on that and the Gwen and Miles SHF Across the Spider-Verse. So it's like a little 3-pack, but it's not in a traditional sense. I'm trying to do a different spin on the toy review. It's not like, it's going to be, I don't know. I'm just trying something out. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but it's making me happy. So I love getting to film and talk about toys, and I get to do that now. So, whew. Oh, Retrostorm. Oh, where are we going? Sorry. Ooh, where are you? The slide just started. Funny to see it from the other side. LOL. Man, Beast Boy, what's going on, man? Toy Talk makes me happy. Well, the ones I collect, of course. Yep. Unboxing Art's in the house. What's going on, Art? How you doing, man? Man, Beast Boy says, need that $20.99. Where'd you get it? Where was yours from, Chris?
I got mine at Toyco.
And mine was a Machu.
Am I frozen?
Yeah. No, you're good. I can hear you. Machu hooked me up. So yeah, otherwise I was gonna wait. It is up on Amazon. If you want to use the Amazon storefront, I'll link in my bio. It's there. It's coming out in February on Amazon. So that it is up for pre-order, just for the record. Greg, formerly the Brute Scale, what's making me happy is a tribute coming out and being ghostly immortalized. Can't get better than this, boys. Dude, Greg, it's hell yeah, man. It's amazing. It's so awesome.
That is awesome.
I like seeing Chewy in the chat. It gives you bubbly feelings, but like the good kind, not the best. Register. I got my brother an SHF a Dragon Ball superhero Vegeta fig as a late Christmas gift and displayed post him in his room while he was out today. He loves it. That's a great toy. I only have like 2 Dragon Ball figures, and that's one of them. It's awesome. Toy Father's acting debut is making me happy. You guys. Yeah. So this past Monday on Toy Talk, would you like to elaborate, Chris?
So this the past like couple of Toy Talks we've been doing just movie reviews. We did Armageddon, and I thought it would be funny to act out a skit. And so Unworthy, who brought his Oscar worthy performance as Bruce Willis in Armageddon. And I was Liv Tyler in Armageddon. And it was the classic scene where Bruce Willis, spoilers, is saying goodbye to his daughter through the television set. I did not think I did. I thought, honestly, like I was smiling the whole time, and I didn't think it was that great. But I would have to say, Unworthy. Wow, bravo.
Oh, yeah, way great. Laughed and cried. That's too funny. Just laughed a white cloud on my nose, Chewy, you guys. Oh, sounds like a Laser Man villain, Chewy.
Ooh, that's sushi. That's a great one.
Messy Photography said, one thing that makes me happy is I got my Dio from Diorama Boy. There you go, Chris. Yeah. Love is because my first Dio, and 2, because I can say I'm supporting another person in this toy community. Hell yeah. That's something that we've talked about too, like supporting independent creators and small businesses. Oh, that are helping make the things that we love.
Which one did you get? I have it's like a Garage Warehouse one. That was one of my Diorama Boy was the first one that I bought a diorama from.
Awesome. Yeah. Oh man, you gotta bust that back out again.
I know. I've been thinking about it. I really love that one.
Diggs fixes everything funny. Diggs with the Costco drippy. All right, that's I didn't get to respond to last. He was cracking me up in my chat. Let's see where we got. Truly, where there was your dad.
Oh my god.
Oh man, and Chewy, Messy, tag us. Yeah, absolutely, tag us when you post some of those Diorama Boy pictures. Awesome. So good.
Well, next week we're on Toy Talk. We're doing Pearl Harbor, so I can't wait what scene we decide to do. So
that was a long movie. I remember seeing that in the theater one time.
So Clintastic had the idea to torture Unworthy to do I forget what we call it, but basically it's Ben Affleck month. And so we did Armageddon, we're gonna do Pearl Harbor. I was like, isn't Pearl Harbor like 3 hours? And it's long, right?
Yeah.
And it's Michael Bay. So
yeah,
I'm intrigued.
I wonder how I am curious what you think of it now, because like I said, I saw it back whenever it came out. Were we in high school?
Yes.
It was a long time ago. Young Ben Affleck. And yeah, I just remember it was long. And I don't think I got to smooch whoever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
February. LOL. I am PJ Williams in the house. Ooh, sorry.
We did talk about the collaboration for Nose Ring and Ginsu Collab TV t-shirt. So go check that out.
Seriously, so everybody, just again for people that are awesome people that are here each week. When that episode, it's the Michelangelo bit. Like it literally, he talked about that whole thing here. That's available now, and it looks gorgeous. And I have to go order mine too. I was gonna get.
I got my moss colored shirt.
Yeah, with the moss. Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Memby's boy said it's rough. Pearl Harbor. Oof. Good luck.
All right, don't worry. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go to our
my list is. I have not done any homework. I'm bad.
our under 100 challenge. It looks like Chewy is now at 17.
Mm-hmm.
That's a heck of a list. Nice job. Yimbo, it looks like
my
you're
lack
at
of
2.
homework. My lack of homework. Here's my question. It's not 2. Remember, I was up to at the very least 10 already. But are we counting? Do I have to count custom fodder from Ross? Do I have to count those clearance toys?
I would count them, but at the same time, you do whatever you want, man.
So everybody, I was been so jealous about the Ross buys. I did score a rock figure for $5 prior to Christmas, but nothing other than that. And then I just went the other day with my family. I ran in, and there was a Croc Master for $12 and an Old Man Outback for $6. So I wanted another Fiona, although now I think Dan's gonna get that set. So really like one. And Old Man Outback, I think I'm gonna. My wife she was so impressed with Machu's Wonder Woman repaint from the Power Princess.
Isn't that incredible?
My wife, again, casual toy person, right? Like she just is like, yeah, all right. Like I don't hate what my husband does. What's up?
She has an art background though.
Oh yeah. So she's like, Matt killed that. She's like, that was awesome. She's like, what kind of paint does he use? I'm like, he's gonna kill me because he's probably told us 10, 15 times in the chat. Okay. So I think I'm gonna hand her Old Man. I'm gonna give it to her and try to turn it into another Yimbo. I want the little gray on the chin. Yeah. So my list is. It's all
that Old Man Hawkeye is a great one for you too, though. You don't even have to do a repaint.
All right. That flowing locks.
Well, yeah, that one's nice. I like that one.
And where are you right now? Since my list is
not
accurate.
I need to spend time to like reformat this. So my count is really 36, but I had to do 2 slides. So that's the first slide.
All right.
And then here's my second slide. So it's 36. Again, I'm counting things that I pre-ordered in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And some things like that came in December that I haven't opened up, such as like Jamiroquai was one. Even though that came in December. 2099 was one that came in December. There was another one. I think it was Poison Ivy, Mezco. So there are a few that came in December. I'm counting towards, and I'm counting my cat lair as a figure too. So,
well, that was. Yeah, I mean, it's one. It's just one. That's all it is. Just one.
But it's so funny, Yimbo. Like every week, I uncover something that I pre-ordered like last year, and I'm like, oh yeah, I pre-ordered that. I got to put it on the list.
I know.
So, I've really only ordered like 2 things this year. So
yeah, I have. I mean, it's gonna be, and this is something again in our little Toy Daddy chat. But if Stitch is going up on Genki, then I can just place, because that's what Chewy was saying about since I don't get to see you guys as often as I would like. So
sure.
If I had those Revoltech, so I might just then if he's going up, then I'm just gonna order him and Batman and that Iron Spidey looked really good. I know you have him too with the arms, the Revoltech.
He's great, but I think you can pass.
I think Batman, maybe Thor.
So get Thor. I got
Agent
Thor.
Gomez and Machu were both saying
Thor.
Don't sleep on Thor. So might do the Thor. But anyway,
just to say, Wait Crate, is it first to 100? Because Chris is winning.
Yeah, that wasn't exactly the point.
Well, I'm just trying to be responsible because I do think I can do this. I do think I can get under 100.
Yeah, well, that's
I've only bought 2 this year, really.
Oh, I forgot about my list. I gotta update this. I gotta update all my lists. Ugh. I still gotta open Chester Cheetah, man.
Chewy, if you could get me that Stitch, I'm good for it. So.
And the Jesse, I gotta get the Jesse. Oh man, I'm telling you, Revoltech. I'm falling deep in love.
Let's get some toy news because news. This was the official first purchase for me in 2024.
Not same, but I ordered it. Not official first, but I definitely bought the crap out of this one. Hell, oh man.
Look at this. Look at that face sculpt. Now this is on 5K. You can pre-order it now. And what's his name? Caesar
Romero.
Joker.
I love
really
the
hope
third
they come
party
with an Adam West one.
prank villain. He's gonna. I'm assuming that will come, right? I would get a Mezco-esque Adam West and Burt Ward. Oh my god.
Yes, Burt Ward. Absolutely.
Right? In this third party cloth goods.
I love this mask here. Isn't that mask cool?
And that's again like the what is it? What was it called? Dehydrator. The dehydrator.
Oh, is that what that was?
With the blah 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 blah, and then they would pop. I saw that. I'm speaking of kids these days. My childhood was watching videotaped off of the TV version of the '66 Batman movie on a loop. And it was like 1988. like that is what we used to consume. 1966 content in 1988.
It's so true.
Yeah.
That and like I Love Lucy. That came right after it.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm in. So anybody else in the chat, did you guys see this? And who else is getting it? I mean,
man, it looks so
he's
good.
Just gonna go so good. It's gonna be
he'll go well.
That mustache.
He will go well with the Golden Age Mezco Batman.
Yeah, that makes me want to look back on that one too. But either way, I'm just excited as like again a multiverse of Joker figures. Like I have like the Prince of Crime Mezco Joker that I really like. I have that Felix Toys Dark Knight Heath Ledger that's awesome, and now this one beautiful figures.
Awesome.
Man-Based Boy says Fox 5 reruns for me. Wade, Create, and Unworthy are fans of Rhea Ripley. they make them happy. Toy Addict saying that this Joker is dope. Pablo is going to get it. I think yes, maybe. That's the classic. Talk it out, Pablo. Talk it out with us in the chat. It's all good.
That's funny. Next piece of toy news is, we had talked about this before, but the re-release of the Revelitech Stitch. And again, this was like a grail for many people. And the fact that they're re-releasing this is, for me, it's kind of a must get. I love Stitch, not as much as No Chewing. But this is a great figure in and itself. So I can't wait to get this.
Ooh, Noserain's in the house.
Hey, Noserain.
We Beetlejuiced him. We said his name 3 times promoting the t-shirt.
We did.
What's up, Richie?
Go check out Noserain. Go check out him and Turtle Ginsu's t-shirt. Go buy them. They're awesome. I think mine was shipping. That was quick.
Oh, wow. I got to place. That's another order I got to place. But yeah, dude, I'm totally ordering this. I just confessed, I fell in love with Stitch on Sunday. What a crazy, amazing character. Like, I had no idea the whole premise. And if you're unfamiliar, like I was less than a week ago, like, he's an alien, but he's awesome. Like, I mean, like, I don't even want to, like, spoil it. Like, he's just this indestructible, like, he's not a good guy. And that's what, like, drew me to him. Like, he had a wonderful character arc, Little Stitch. And obviously, so did Lilo. It was just, such a cute movie. And that's why I bought the Super 7 thing, because that Super 7 looks amazing. I'm going to shoot that, but I'm also then going to use the accessories with this guy because he's got the alien arms, and it's so awesome. So,
Samurai Chris, check it out on January 12th, and it's going to pop up probably on Hobbygeeki as one of the sites. So, but yeah, oh man, that looks wonderful, doesn't it?
I can't wait. The extra arms, that was the big thing. The alien form.
Yeah.
Because like when compared to the Super 7, like I was saying in our chat, like I was like, it's lighter on accessories, like sunglasses, and then snow. What is it called? Icy? No, Italian. Yeah. I would call it Italian ice or
snow cone.
Snow cone. No, it is a snow cone. A snow cone. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, then the Super 7 stuff, I'm gonna throw that cape on. I can't wait. Can't wait. Retrostorm, yeah, nigh indestructible little blue alien. Yep, yeah. So good.
All right, well, let's get into our secret hashtag, which was TPC_Royal Rumble, which will be happening later this January. And I know, Yimbo, you're looking to do another viewing, right?
Yeah, watch along, baby. Are you able to join that night? I know Chewy's excited.
I won't.
for it.
I'll be away that weekend.
Oh, okay. All right, no worries. Well, we could still we might still end up cross streaming, toy dadding it up too. But yeah, that's gonna be great. And I love the Royal Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view. It's my favorite wrestling event. So I'm just so amped. I like Survivor Series was my first time like doing one, and I had such a great time with everybody that hung out.
Yeah, I'm
dude,
bummed I'm
Rumble.
missing out on it. It looks awesome. It
The
was
Rumble
just
was so much fun.
I know the Royal Rumble was one I wanted to at least check out
Mhm.
because I remember in my youth, I really enjoyed watching the Royal Rumble, and it's like a shit show.
Your youth, Chris. Look, you're still a young buck. There we go.
I didn't even see that.
Oh, this is such a great picture. Cheynee180. Wow, this is another great account. Go check out Cheynee180. Really creative photos like this, Chris. So you, full confession, you made our picks on our behalf because again, I'm bad with my homework. No,
No, not even that. It was like because Chewy usually asks us for it, and then it was like 15 minutes till the show. I'm like, oh gosh, we haven't done it.
Well, he was busy. He's the driver of the ship.
Yeah.
So.
So he was, he's traveling. So, but yeah, Shinrod, what a great photo. I love mashups. I love this mashup, and that elf figure is great.
Yeah, and and he used that in other types of setups and shots. It's so good. So go check out his account. It's awesome. Big Turtle Boy too.
We got Unworthy Collector here.
Yeah, look at that.
Honestly, like he really nailed this photo, and we were talking about photo process, and I know that feeling when you like nail a photo and you're like, yes, this is awesome, and then you show it to your toy photo friends and they're like, well, you could have done this, you could have done that, and that's what makes us better. And I know this is what has made Unworthy Collector, is listening to the feedback. So fantastic shot, Unworthy.
So good.
And Wesley K.
Nice. Oh, I love Wesley K.
What a crisp shot.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get these turtles?
And joyful. No. I mean, too much new toys he will fight you tooth and nail that is the best movie of the trilogy.
Really?
Oh yeah. That's Cody. Cody, that like he is adamant. Like TMNT 3, that's his. Now I need to rewatch it with fresh eyes because I've said it before, but like
let's do that as a watch along.
That would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah, I'd be down because I can't remember. Maybe I saw it once in my life, and I wasn't crazy about it. But 1 and 2 I love, but 3 I want to give another shot. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll give
a joyful expression.
I'll be honest. I don't think I've seen 3 from start to finish, so I'd watch it. And we're just going to continue our TPC_Royal Rumble for this week. Go check it out. Tag us, and we'll choose 3 photos to feature. These 3 photos will get featured on the TPC Instagram, and please just tag us.
Oh, Rabbit Hammer stoked for the Rumble. Love to hear it.
So this all old stuff I forgot to. Now we can get into the top 10.
All right.
Lens Crusher.
I believe this is one of my nominations for that week. When it's something I sent in because look at that, talking about the Chamba and the whole like fisheye style. I mean, just like the in your face. I mean, it's in your face. It's epic. The editing style on this is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, just the way they did the background and the spinning bow in the back. I love what they did with the cards too.
Yeah, just really well done. Again, like I'm always amazed by just excellent, photo editing, digital effects, photoshopping. Shout out to Not a Bird. He's been like doing little tutorials on Photoshop. because I don't mess with it at all. But it's nice to see how those things come together. But yeah, Lens Crushers has been killing it. Right after this feature went up, another really joyful Super Mario shot that was really well done. Mario going up for the box. So yeah, it's really nice.
Man, the post editing on this is fantastic. So, well, we didn't get any answers, but that's okay. If you're listening, please send me them later, and we can share them later.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to number
9.
Whoa.
This one gets me
every time.
And that figure, I remember when they announced this figure. He's a famous comedian, right?
I think you're right.
And it's a specific, I forget which company made it. Was it SHF getting into it? Like, I forget now. But I remember the news coming out, but it was somebody that I wasn't familiar with. But just because I don't know. I mean, like the very popular comedian. And this figure is just bananas. And look at, once again, not a super crazy pose. It is subtle and it is natural. And that the winking face, man, and the head tilt. I mean, come on. Even then the little torso. Like, look at the subtleties in how the posing came together. And this is probably just held in front of a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
If I had to get, I mean, like, I don't know the story behind it, but I could see this just being like a bloop. And look at the Christmas bokeh in the back. Oh.
Now I kind of want this figure. And I do have to say this isn't far off from a photo that I probably took of myself on Christmas.
Oh my God. Well, as Ravat said, the wink is hypnotizing.
It really is.
I know, man. Like, oh. And the chest hair. And the
chest hair and the belly. And the
what? Oh, it's what a cool figure. Like, just again, I wish I could had the real comedian to compare it to, because this seems like I bet this guy is thrilled with this action figure. Like, I would be so pumped if there was that, of like, if you had a figure, a Toy Father figure or a Yimbo figure that just is so, oh my God. Like,
do you think this year's the year we'll do the like Hasbro what is that?
So selfies? I won't, only because Hasbro gives me so many Yimbo-esque options.
You're right.
But I made the joke with you guys, but like, Dan Larson is a guy, like, we share similar features, and his were trash. Like, and he said, he put a post like, he was like, this is not me.
He got so many of them. He got so many.
He did. But yeah, so I want us to get like a customizer to hook us up
to do it. Yeah, you're right. We should do something.
I mean, if anything, dude, like, we'll have to talk to Duarte Studios, because he has that head scanner technology. He was doing at Legion's Con 2 years ago. So we might have to hit him up beforehand so he has like the tech with him. But that would be neat.
That would be really neat.
Yeah.
Well, the one cam did give me some answers. The photo was actually a test shot, and it was going to be more elaborate, but I started feeling ill due to sickness. So I just ended up posting the test with multicolored lights to create the bokeh, and a piece of white paper as a reflector. Oh, very cool. Didn't tell us about the figure, though. It's great to see that the community is adding a bit more of customization to their figures to make it look different, maybe swapping accessories or adding soft goods. As far as for toy photography goes, it's awesome to see that using post process edits like Photoshop is not toy photography, is no longer a big stigma in the community. That's true.
Yeah.
The post edit is important, whether you use Photoshop or not.
Right. I mean, and that's what the toy pick community has always been about, is just, are there toys? Is it a toy? Did you take a picture of a toy? Like, again, it's just about the fun of the toy, the photography of the toys.
I think we battle now is that a toy or is that AI?
That's the one. I mean, like, I'm not trying to get into that whole thing. Only because I'm starting to get stronger feelings about it.
Sure.
But I'm always going to defend the artist behind the art. Again, it's a tool. It's a tool, and that's the quote that was cracking me up. Yes, 100%, 100%. The Tentic is in the chat. LOL looks like the new coworker who's had 5 too many at the work Xmas party. Truth. And Messi said, I always wonder what Santa did all the years before December. Here's my answer. Or did all year before December. Oh, man. Wait, great. Nothing about that is natural, Yimbo. Are you kidding me? I probably...
That's all natural. Are you kidding me?
I could absolutely... That could be me winking at my wife, shirtless. Like after Santa... Never mind.
Telling you, if I could grow a stash like that, that'd be eerily like me. So just saying. Well, the one cam, congratulations. This photo I would like to print and then bring out every Christmas. So thank you.
And Ravat said, is it Revel? Is that the name of the actor or comedian? I want to say it's a comedian. So is it Revel? Is that what it? Revel's Wolverine hairs. It is the little like chest hair paint, the little Wolverine style. But I'm wondering if the person's name is Revel. We're gonna have to Google that. Chewy, the real question, not is it AI, but is it Laser Man? Get Lays takes new meaning.
Is it Laser Man? Yeah, what was the new thing? AI, meta AI?
Oh yeah, you were playing with that.
If you go on Instagram there and you say at meta AI
in the group chat, in a chat,
in a chat, and you go imagine, and then you write down whatever your prompt is. For a little bit for the past couple weeks, I would be doing that. Imagine Laser Man, or this kind of all started with Cox Create and Clintastic 4, who did imagine Laser Man fighting a cow with the purple cape, and they came out with some great ones. So check out Get Lazed and see that artwork. All right, the one cam. Thank you so much.
Yes,
you're awesome. You brought us joy.
Let's move
on to number 8.
Hey, we know this guy. Speaking of Wolverine hairs. Congratulations, Clint, for coming in 8th this week. Wow, this is awesome. This was his New Year's shot, obviously.
Yeah.
And man, another killer setup. Wonderful.
Wonderful shot. Keep talking. I need to pull up this behind the scenes shot that he had sent me.
All right, no, because my question for it, since you're going to get to share that out, is real confetti. Like, did he cut up some and make his own 1/12 scale confetti to drop down while shooting? That would be epic. And if not, if it's digital, again, Clint is a maestro at the digital photoshopping. So I just a great, again, going to the posing. Look at the posing. Look at the look. It's great. It's so good.
So yeah, okay. I can't wait to share this. This is awesome. All right. So just going back to the posing, fantastic. Not even just the posing. I think, we talked about posing, but it's the angle of which he shot this. It's perfect. I'm just going to stop screen and see if I can find.
And while you're queuing that up, Pablo on that last picture said, I don't remember licensing my body like this. Who do I contact about this?
Oh my God.
Too much, Pablo. Too much.
So I'll show the photo in a second, but Clint has to give us some answers. The story behind this one is pretty straightforward. Wolverine on New Year's Eve created for a collab with my Rowdy Boys family. Check out the Rowdy Boys. They're awesome. One of the more practical photos utilizing just a high shutter speed, a disco ball, an inhuman amount of confetti and desperation. I finally achieved this shot after 150 frames. I'm still cleaning up the confetti from this photo. Check this out.
Oh my God.
Look at all that confetti on the ground.
That is wow. I love the effort, man. Because look at this, like even the party going on.
Yeah.
Oh man, and you know what? That's so cool. I do that stuff too, where because because I didn't blow it up enough on my TV, but like, were you making them out on that originally? Because I don't like. I just like that they were there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
staying there. Yeah, I don't know.
oh, it's because like I can't tell you how many times I've set up full blown things that don't even make it into the pictures, but like I'm just happy I've set them up. Like I needed for my own story, even if it's not captured in the lens. Like I'll have other things happening, just because it's again the whole process is fun for me. You know, like, you gotta it's playing, it's setting up.
Yeah, I didn't see them there before.
Like,
you're right.
Yeah, because it's just no, but that's what's wonderful. I love it because this is like a beautiful Wolverine portrait. But I love now knowing that all of them were there, and that you caught the dropping. Oh my God, Clint, good for you, man.
Yeah, that was awesome, Clint.
Yeah. Oh, and he said they were supposed to be there, but had to sacrifice aperture to get the lighting right, and that's okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was just neat. Oh, like I said, it's something that I'm very familiar with. That's why it's resonating with me. Ravat said I have to hold my breath taking this shot. Wade is applauding the commitment. And Diggs says, also reminds me of the take on the Leo meme from Gatsby. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
No, it was nice that he shared that after shot. I love that. And man, Clint's just a great guy too.
So. Yep. Well done, Clint. Yeah, buddy.
Well done, Clintastic. Number 7. Sorry, I interrupted.
Common_idols.
Now, this was nominated by Machu Toy during our cross stream, I believe.
Nice. Yeah, these figures, there were another one that was like 5K, third party, super tempting. And I've seen excellent work. Colton's Cooking Comics has done great shots with either this specific figure, but it's like this. There's the Forrest Gump, right? Who else is? I
don't know. Did you get like this figure?
No, I didn't. Like I wanted it. It's funny. Like because I knew the cartoony look wouldn't blend with the rest of like Mezco and stuff like that. But then I was super tempted because of the body. Because I was like, come here, another. But I was able to talk myself out of it. But I get to enjoy pictures such as this, and that's what I'm super pumped about.
I mean, this office, like thinking about just the background, the desk, the toaster, the typewriter, like well, the accessories are amazing.
Yeah, that is. It's just again great composition, like you're saying. Just like I love, like, again, not fearing, and no callback to the Ed Sheeran.
Oh, just found out Boston Calling is right near me, and they opened up, and you know who is headlining? Ed Sheeran.
Nice.
So you should come up and watch some Ed Sheeran.
Well, I just with the setup of this, like I get the typewriter. And even the angle, you got a little Dutch tilt happening too, It really pulls it together. Ravat says it's Bob Toys is the brand. That's right. They're making the Inglorious Bastards, Hannibal. Wesley K says great shot. Not Bert says this fig is awesome. The lighting and posing is spot on. Diggs Figs, major FOMO on this fig. Wade says this shot makes me really uneasy, but I take it. Nicely done. Yeah. Oh man, that's a dangerous rabbit hole. But if that's something that you are now, as speaking to whoever, but if that's calling to you, it's a line. You can if this look is for you, it's great that they're cranking these toys out. That's awesome.
Commoners did get back to me, and boy, I love when we have very descriptive answers.
Yeah.
Hey. Thanks. This is amazing. I've made it to the top 10. I was nominated once before with a Batman coffee shot and just missed it by 11th place. Both nominations are thrilling, being saddled alongside such incredible photographers. Stoked that I actually placed with these amazing shots. Interestingly, both nominated shots utilized natural sunshine. Wow. When able, I love to benefit from the morning and afternoon light, but doing so limits setup because it also combines my photo shoot into a folding TV table in front of the window. Because of that, this Toasty Torrance diorama set had very little involved past what you can see. There's actually only one dio wall back in the bokeh. Oh, really? That's it. I had bought the toaster for another idea, but it became Jack's because it pairs together so nicely with the badass typewriter accessory that came with Bob Toys. These figures have amazing metal accessories. The only other necessity I needed to have in the photo was to reflect the loaf of Wonder Bread clearly in the toaster. That type of detail will always make me smile. Yeah, that's awesome. Wow. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great. That's great.
We had a Wonder Bread factory near me at one point. You could always smell it. After all, I prefer character mashups and playing with the themes of serious and amusing, and continually attempted mandate for Common Idols is to focus on displaying the superheroes and villains, in this case, in common and otherwise mundane situations. The more blatant it is that they don't belong, the more I revel in it. Think of The Stars Are Just Like Us sections in the horrible celebrity magazines. I'm very novice with all of this, other than following miniature artists on IG for years. I honestly didn't even own a toy until buying the animated series Batman in January of 2022. Wow. The articulation blew my mind, but I'm happy to have started building sets and jumping in with both feet because it's a very positive hobby for me, mainly due to the fact that a toy community with people like you fellas are such positive space for everyone to be creative with so many fabulous ways. That said, to your question of what I'm enjoying, I am finding that I gravitate to the practical and creative photographers most because of the movie scene photographers, while amazing, don't impress me as much as new ideas do. And since I freestand 99% of my figures for now, I do not use much Photoshop, only Lightroom, and more creative. The more creative the photographer is with their setups, the more I enjoy their work. That said, I try to pass out as many likes as I can scrolling through IG because it's such an amazing community. That I wasn't around before the hashtag business, so no idea how much better it was before. Ignorance is bliss, I guess. And thanks for reaching out. I'll try to watch the show on Wednesday, and I actually work in film/TV as an editor, so my schedules can be volatile, but I love you toy daddies are so committed to the community and constantly supporting artists and running fab contests and events. And apologies for being so long-winded, but I get to the chat. I don't get to the chat like this very much. Very cool.
Aww.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, Common Idols. Again, very thoughtful with all the answers. And it's really amazing to think that all of this is all practical.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, that's how, I mean, again, only because that's my skill set. That's what, like I've leaned into what I know. But yeah, it's super awesome. And Common Idols, yeah, hit us up whenever, man. Let's chit chat. Love talking toys and photography. And
all right, let's move on.
So good. Yes. And by the way, Chris,
Number 7.
Because I know that we have to, get up early and all that, I'm just going to tell you right now that there is a Wonder Bread story and the Chariots of Fire that I one day want to tell you on a stream. So if you guys remember, remind me. I won't do it now. But I have a Wonder Bread story. No, not now. We're going to go 6. We're going to
Okay.
Number 6.
How often do you get to tell a Wonder Bread story?
I know, and now I'm going to be thinking about that from 6 to 1.
Well, maybe there's time at the end. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. By Crooked Ninja Turtle. Oh, I love this shot, and I love that Usagi Yojimbo figure. And I have to open my Yojimbo in space. Did you ever get that guy?
I didn't get Yojimbo in space. I got this one, but I don't think I shot it, and I enjoy it. It's a good figure.
It's another one that I love having. I love looking at them on my shelf. I've only done one shot with him, a walking picture, you know, like I need to get that. He looks so good. And this particular picture, like look at the lighting coming out of the lantern onto the snow. And I love the little dinosaur pet.
What a great scene too.
Yeah. Well, it's the perfect expression. It's the stoic expression. I love that, like just that you went with the hat and the jacket look for him. Again, like it's a great composition. What do you think, Chris? Digirama back there? I mean, we might have answers.
I think so. Okay. Yeah, we do have answers.
All right.
I think so. I didn't look at it. Well, Crooked Ninja, as I said, thank you. It's always an honor to be nominated, even more so to make the top 10. The story behind the photo is the story of Usagi, is that he's on a journey and about to engage bandits in a battle he can't avoid. The story for me is I've never done any snow photos, and Usagi is a character in my collection that I haven't done many or any shots with. We were just talking about that. So I wanted to combine these two things and see what I came up with. Big shout out to Sully, Not a Bird, Not a Plane, for the reel that he made and showed us using baking soda for snow. Brilliant. Oh, so that's what he used, baking soda. Nice. The toy community keeps me happy because of all the support of people. I've made so many friends since I started doing this almost a year ago. So many talented photographers and so many genuinely good people. Plus, I get to keep playing with toys.
Yeah, and I apologize for not mentioning before because I'm still wrapping my brain around the it's just silly, but like look, I haven't inserted in my brain cell yet. But Crooked Ninja Turtle is also a part of Behind the Plastic, one of the now 4 hosts, 4 wonderful gentlemen that bring smiles to the toy community. So just wanted to again correct myself for my previous yeah, that happens.
Yeah. All right, well,
oh, real quick, TMNT, our boy Jay did ask if either of us got the Usagi 4-pack, and I did not because I have the space and the original, and so I was able to save the credit card on that one.
Yeah, I didn't, and one of the reasons because I got the Bloodied Wrath, the Leo, and the Splinter.
That's
and
right.
then I was like, I can't add the Usagi because I really wanted those 3.
Yeah,
this guy is like such a great figure.
And those 3 are going to come out, right? Because I had them in my NECA cart and then I forgot to like check out.
Yeah, those 3 should come out to retail. I believe it was the Usagi that was the 4-pack that was just for the website.
Yeah. But Nilla Gorilla's in the house. What's going on, man?
Hey,
Jay Shot. Someone say TMNT. Love that. And we go figure go. We were shouting you out before, buddy. And here you are. Yeah, Ghost here.
So go.
There we go.
Oh, we got
all the bots. TV bots. Rabbit Hammer says, I hope to one day get Usagi and normal ninja version. I don't have one yet. Maybe I will try to do a custom one day. Yeah, there are some, like, you know, just check it because they released this one. They did the comic version. There's a black and white version. Then there's the 4-pack, like the space. He's a cute,
superhero,
he's a fun little, yeah.
Superhero Usagi.
There you go. Hit with the carrot gamma rays. But that if Jay Shot and Machi, they must have wrapped up between 2 Sentinels. As always, everyone, make sure you're part of that replay crew. Tonight they interviewed
Grown Ass Men.
There you go, Grown Ass Men Toys. So we outside. So that was awesome. So I'm looking forward to catching up on that one, guys.
Yeah, great.
And Steve Morrow loved the lamp. Nilla Gorilla, that Usagi was maybe my favorite figure last year. Definitely the best bang for its buck. I'm with you, Jeremy. It's a really great figure. Like I said, I just like it being a part of my set.
All right, well, let's move on to number
5. It's insightful imagery.
Oh my gosh, I love that. First of all, this Popeye figure, which was a 2-pack for Popeye and Bluto for Mezco, was a grail for a while, and I'm so happy I got it because it can take amazing photos, like insightful imagery right here. What a cannon! I
Mhm.
want a 1/12 cannon like this.
Well, all right. I have answers because Michael is awesome. Part of Maz's toy box.
He's such a nice
Incredibly
guy.
insightful. What a wonderful human being. Loved
Really?
hugging him too at Legion's Guy.
He's such a
And
nice guy.
and Toy Mirth. The whole joke, in case people don't know, but the whole like Toy Mirth is because Michael was only there for the Saturday, and he was saying like, like I'm just gonna, I'm not going home with any of this stuff. I'm like, all right, I'll be back by the end. And Anthony beat me and got all of the goodies, well, like whatever was left there from Michael, and his work is exceptional. So I do have answers, and I guarantee he built that cannon.
Yeah.
You know what else I love about it is what looks to be the practical cannonball explosion out of that.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe somewhat of a little digital blend in there, but that looks to be
Maybe
nice
like an
and
Art G
cottony.
special, maybe.
Yeah. And the blowback of Popeye's like the impact. You see like his little
Yep.
It's not a cape, but you get what I'm saying.
No, you feel the blow of the cannon.
Yeah. Oh, Michael, man. So insightful imagery, again, tremendous account, tremendous photographer. Check out the accessories he's made. I think he has an Etsy store. I will check this out. I'll give you a second. Anyway, here's the story for the picture. Just being creative and photographing one of my favorite figures. Having figs interact with unique props helps communicate a story and create photographic challenges with lighting. Designing and 3D printing props that are common on the toy photo scene. Yeah, man, like you do, and such a great job. And what's making Michael happy? The overall acceptance and willingness to help one another. That's it, man. That's it. Yeah, Michael's the best. Insightful imagery, everybody. And I'm just double checking real quick. He has a link in his bio over on Instagram. And there is a Patreon. There's an Etsy store. I mean, that's right. His Patreon, he's giving away 3D product. Like, go check out his stuff. Michael is so sweetheart of a man.
Yeah. Really just an amazing person.
And Wade's great with the hashtag feel the blow.
I knew when I said that, like Wade Creator was gonna say something. Hey, while we're halfway through, I know this is something a little different, but we usually do this at the end. I thought we would do our hashtag giveaway, our fast pass giveaway right now.
Do it.
And we'll just have people kind of put it in. And so it's hashtag Wonder Bread. Put it in.
Perfect.
So this is a fast pass, and you can choose a photo of your choice or pay it forward and nominate someone else. And it will be on the TPC, the Toy Pick Community Instagram. It'll be featured for a nomination for a top 10. So check it out. So we'll keep adding these entries as we go along. Put it in. Yeah.
Keep them coming keep them coming. Hashtag Wonder Bread, because this way we can keep moving on to number 4. We will keep this up and running while we collect our entries. So again, hashtag Wonder Bread, everybody. Get in there.
Get in there. And then while you get in there, we're going to get out of there and continue. Oh my God. Really working this. Here we go.
4. Oh man, look at this pic.
Dan Toyman.
Dan Toyman? Dan, you think? Dan Toyman. It has that nice little flow.
Dan Toyman.
Dan Toyman. Dan Toyman. Dan Toyman. You know, the Dan Toyman. I love it.
The Dan Oh yeah. The Dan Toyman. Got it.
Yeah. This is a figure I own. Do you own this Swamp Thing, McFarlane?
Is this the one with the is this the new one? I have the one with the wings.
Oh, you got the wing light. I bought the standard version. he had hit.
This is a McFarlane, though,
maybe-
right?
This is a McFarlane.
I have the DC director.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, McFarlane had two versions of it. There was like a GameStop one with the crown, or like I guess we can call it a crown type thing. But I went with this one too, and I have not utilized him at all. Again, he's another cool character. Great backside. Right? Did you ever get into Swamp Thing? Ever read any of the comics? The Green.
Yes, I got really into it when Scott Snyder wrote him for a hot minute, and I really got into that DC show.
Oh, I never gave that a shot. And then what was it? Short-lived, one season, right?
Yeah, one season. It was excellent, though. It was really good.
That's all I kept hearing. And then when I heard it was, I was like, well, I'm not going to start it, but I should go back. But man, Swamp Thing for me, Chris, like the New 52. I always point back to that was like my heaviest comic reading. And again, you and I living parallel lives, not knowing each other.
right after like Blackest Night, like the whole Jeff Johns Green Lantern phase was incredible, and that led into the New 52. What was that like? It was like 52 weeks, right?
It was.
And
Yes,
that's where the Green was.
Right. So that's where I like first read it, because I was reading I was like, well, the whole premise of that was there's all these characters. Let's like introduce them all to you all over again, right? And so I'm thinking like tragic, but also awesome. And again, the whole story of the Green, and I don't know, I loved it. I thought it was neat. So I would like to go revisit. I should probably go watch that show, even if it's just a season. But going back to this picture, again, this is inspiring this discussion, because this is a comic panel. It's a poster. Hell of a job with the backdrop. And that
tree. Right? And like, I don't know if that's one piece that leads into the ground. Like, it looks like it's seamless. All this looks seamless.
But unfortunately, no answers for tonight. But that's okay. Dan Toy Man, go check out. Great account, great page. And again, killer. I love the eyes light up. Nice little touch on there too.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Wade Create said, couldn't have a setup like that. All my toys would live in that setting for every shot. It's true.
So true.
And Go says, New 52 Batman Eternal was phenomenal. True.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to
three. Oh, it's a magic number. Backstreet Toys. Congratulations. All right, stop.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything until you stopped. But I was waiting for the Backstreet Toys, like,
Oh man, what's all right? You
Backstreet
start.
Toys. All right.
Oh no. Yeah, nice.
That's a great song.
Oh yes, this is neat. Is that a Mr. Coffee, or is that an espresso maker? A French press? What is the name of this? I drink coffee. I just make.
That's not a French press. I think that's
is it
just
espresso?
some sort of. I don't think it's espresso. I don't know what it is, to be honest.
I think it's espresso. Espresso.
Could be. I don't drink. I don't have any home espresso makers.
Well, being a half Italian, I have an espresso machine that I got for my wedding that I don't think we've ever unboxed.
Oh, really? No, that feels.
It was on the list.
Was it really?
Yeah, the register,
for some reason,
mocha
I have like
pot.
the other night I was in the basement. I was like, why did we put an ice bucket on our list? Or like it had like the margarita shaker, or then the margarita, like the
Dude, wedding registries are a trip, man. It's a trip. Something else. Wedding registries.
Yeah. I mean that we had the like scanner gun. We were just going like everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was. I mean, granted, it was fun. It was a dopamine day. Going bleep, bleep, bleep.
Yeah.
Go figure. Go. You just made the list. That's right, man. So Revolt, thank you so much for helping us out with these answers tonight. We're like giving us like to our general questions. A mocha pot.
What is a mocha?
What is mocha? Is it mocha like yeah?
No, that's spelled
Is that a
differently.
different thing? Yeah, it is a different thing.
Mocha.
I have Googling to do. But thank you, Robot, for helping us give me the words to Google.
But what a great
Wade,
photo.
it is a
Sorry,
fantastic photo. I don't know, I was just gonna say, Wade, not sure what kind of pot it is, but it was definitely rubbed. Yeah, super
Mocha.
inventive. As I believe
It's a coffee pot.
It is a coffee pot. Okay.
Mocha. Yeah, some sort of. Oh no, wait, no, you're right. A mocha cup espresso maker. Yep. Okay, you're good. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Hey, Mamma Mia.
You can do that.
That's what. Yeah. Hey, hello. All right. But oh man, it's very cool. Again, beautiful editing job. Do you? I'm looking forward to the answers because that has to be edited. No, I mean it looks practical smoke. Honestly, it looks like a practical smoke.
It
but
does look like practical smoke.
It's gonna break my brain if it is. But this is one of those wonderful shots that, once again, like even going back to the start of tonight's stream, like when we talk about table shots and desk poses and things like that, this is enhanced, but it's still like it's a toy.
I think it's
being a toy, you know.
I think the smoke is natural. He put a blue smoke bomb in that thing and it filtered out, but then he probably post-edited it to make it look nice.
Interesting. Let's see.
Wake Create says it's probably magic.
Well, isn't that was the answer for most of human history, right? Magic. I can't figure it out. Magic.
It's magic.
So Joe, congratulations, man. It's a great account. It's a great account. Inventive shots, super creative, and congratulations. Boom, 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 boom.
That's it.
Chris is yawning. Time to wake you up, Chris.
When it's just two of us, this is rough.
Oh, I'm boring you.
I gotta bring the energy. This is where you and Chewy like go up, and then I can be like this. Right.
I know it's all good. We love doing this, everybody. This is just we're early risers, but this is number two Black Pear Studios. Go first, man.
I love Godzilla. I really do. In fact, I'm very surprised. I've had to like really hold back on buying like Godzilla figures. I have one SH Figure Arts figure that's an amazing from Kong vs. Godzilla. That it's like the perfect size. It's only this big, but wow. And on a side note, I really want to see the new Godzilla -1 movie. That looks, and I've heard it's amazing. What an amazing photo right here, because this is iconic, like Godzilla pose right here with the fire lighting him up and just utter destruction everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, like it's scorched earth. Look at that hell on earth sky, the reflections off of the water. Right? I mean, truly tremendous. And Chris, like it's so funny that you and I've been watching with our wives Monarch.
Yes.
Right. So Monarch is Apple TV. Such a good show.
What episode are you on?
We're all caught up. So whatever the next one is, what, Friday maybe? It's
still going.
Oh, is it? Was it done? Was the last episode done? I don't even know anymore.
I thought that was it, but okay.
Well, it made me go back. Either way, last episode, you might be. Oh yeah, did it set up the next season? Maybe. no matter what, it made both of us go back to the Bryan Cranston 2014 Godzilla movie. And how funny is that? Again, parallel. I just was like, oh, we just finished this episode. And you're like, oh my God, we just I just did the same thing.
I went to that one, and I guess Monarch happens in between that and the King of Monsters one. Whatever the King one.
Yeah. So I'm pumped.
Mm.
It makes me want to go back and enjoy all of those movies. Like I want to see Kong, I want to see Godzilla versus Kong again, but I really want to see this latest one for sure.
Yeah. Yes. In this one has nothing to do with that.
Oh, really? It's separate. Just that this is a new version.
This is a Japanese film.
Ooh, okay. All right. I just was like hearing the rave reviews, and it's like Godzilla, I'm in. And again, with you, I don't know how I don't own one, but probably because I need like a 1/12 scale. But that's a bad idea for you.
The Super 7 Godzilla -1 looks amazing. I think we only have a few more weeks for that one to pre-order.
Interesting. All right, I'll have to look into that. Rabat said Godzilla -1 is worth hiring a babysitter for the night. Take the significant other for this one. All right.
My wife and I are going out for dinner. Maybe we just go out for a movie too.
Yeah. Nilla, it's a great show, dude. Like honestly, like if you're into the whole lore, it's sick. It's awesome. It's so good.
Can I just say, like Kurt Russell and then Wyatt Russell playing the same character is awesome.
It's amazing. It's so neat.
It's really just brilliant the way they did that.
Yeah.
There was one shot, and this isn't a spoiler, but I thought artistically this was really cool, where it showed an old video, or they did like a whole
projector.
Like
projector. Yeah.
And then old Kurt Russell stood in front of it, so his son's face of himself was supposed to be himself. Was on his face. I'm like, whoa, what an amazing shot.
Oh my God. That blew me away too, just from a cinematography standpoint. Oh, excellent. So real quick, let me take a look real quick. Black Pear Studio.
Well, Pablo says Super 7 used the same digital render of Godzilla from Godzilla -1. I pre-ordered him. Oh my gosh, Pablo, why do you have to like enable?
I might do it. Well, because now look at this Black Pear Studios named David. Thank you. I was inspired to do my shot after watching Godzilla -1 with my family. The Hyatt Toys Godzilla figure quickly became one of my favorite figures in my collection. I would highly recommend it for anyone looking for a Godzilla. It's another one I've heard such good things.
Yeah, Hyatt Toys, they killed it.
Yeah. What makes me happy in the community is getting to see our growth as photographers and collectors. This year, I'm planning on expanding into YouTube. Very cool, David. Hey, nice. Love that, man. I mean, again, you gotta just go for it, guys. So congratulations. Do it up. Oh, go figure, go. Just so you know, we simulcast so it's the main chat. Our main chat is over at the Toy Pick community. But I like to, cast a little net and see if we can get any, extra friends over in the chat, which is why we are cross-streaming to my channel. So, yeah, buddy, if you want to be in the main chat, this is the place. This is where you could enter #WonderBread, reminder. You want to spin it after the top pick?
Yeah. We'll do it after top pick. I'm just showing because if you want to be part of it, you have to be in the TPC YouTube, so check us out. So put those entries in. I see a lot of last minute ones. Macho, you need to be in this chat. So
get over to this one, Macho. It's a simulcast, so it's Toy Pick community, but using StreamYard, I can send it to my channel as well. So that's all. Yes. It's just a little helpful feature. So you can find. We're just trying to get the toy daddies everywhere. Just dad.
It's everywhere.
It is. Yeah, we're just trying to expand our daddiness.
Yes. Well, let's move on to number. There it is.
Matcha strategy. Oh, it's our top pick. I was so ecstatic. So this is the coolest thing about Jay and all of the behind the plastic guys, because being as genuine and wonderful as they are, I saw within group chats and just like the love for Jay as a human being, not just like this incredible photo. Like that was so nice to see, Jay. Just so you like, it was just heartwarming. It was such a, because this shot absolutely deserving of the top spot. Like, man,
Yeah.
congratulations. It's spectacular. But as a toy daddy, my heart swelled with pride hearing all of like, not just the the work, but the compliments and the support of you as a person getting this. I thought that was amazing. So love you, buddy.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, definitely, it was when I saw it, I was like, "Is that TMT's photo for number one?" And I was so happy. In the comments, like you said, for his support were just amazing. So congratulations, Jay. Honestly, well deserved. Because first of all, you're just a great person in the toy community, and also this is a fantastic photo. Do we have wait. I'm
yeah.
sorry. Yeah, this is where.
Oh, you know what? While you cue that up, because I didn't realize. Again, No Chewing is the man, and he is the driver. Like he pushes us along. He's the best. He's so good at that, and sometimes he takes care of stuff while Chris and I are lacking, screens in our faces during our workday, and he will take care of things and again be thoughtful. So he reached out to Jay. I didn't know, so I also sent him his questions, but I add some fun stuff that I wanted, so I can read those real quick. So, I don't want to read that. Nope. Here we go. No, I don't want to read because we have a little surprise. All right, so bonus questions I asked were favorite TMNT weapon of the Turtle Boys, favorite TMNT villain, and then I said, what's one of your favorite all-time quotes and why? So, favorite weapons has to be the nunchucks. They were so cool. The cartoon had to censor them. He says, you guys recall when Bruce Lee got hold of some chucks? Iconic. And then Oroku Saki, aka the Shredder, is his favorite. And as for the quote, it's from Liar Liar. Jordan fades back, swoosh, and that's the game. So those are my fun little goofy questions.
That's awesome. All right. Well, in kind of like a behind the plastic type feel, here we go. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Can you hear? I don't know if I have to sync audio. Can you hear it?
No. It's low.
It's low. All right, hold on. How do I do this? Do I have to take out my headphones? Let's see my headphones. Let's see if you can do it. Is this better?
What's a special treat today? We have Cheynee180, a member of Behind the Plastic. So today we're putting him in the hot seat to go behind the plastic. Are you ready? All right. Up first, what is your favorite Disney character?
Oh my God, Aladdin.
What is your favorite topping on a pizza?
Easy. I'm gonna do two: mushrooms and pineapple.
Ooh, together. And overall, what's your favorite food?
Pizza, all day, every day. Cold, hot, the day after, small, huge, greatest food of all time.
Makes sense with your fandom. I shouldn't have even asked this question. What color would your lightsaber be?
Let's do pink.
Oh, that's a good one. What's your favorite travel destination?
So Jamaica.
Ooh, nice. Favorite figure of 2023?
Crap, Chewy. All right, so let me play to you. Let me play to the audience, right? So I'm gonna take TMNT off so true answer is the Turtle Band, but let me say the Sentinel Miles Brown.
Ooh, that's a good one. All the Sentinels beautiful.
Yeah.
And follow up with that. We're in 2024 now. What's your most anticipated figure?
Let's go Turtles.
Ooh, oh, that's gonna be great. And if you were sorted into a house in Hogwarts, which house would you be?
Oh my god, I did this in the video game. Ravenclaw.
Ooh, okay, cool. Next question, very important, very topical. People choose sides. Who's your favorite toy daddy? And you can't say Yimbo. Nah, I'm just kidding. Ultimately, behind the plastic, who's a better photographer and host, Zach or Sully?
Is that it?
Was it like running out of the time? No, like was it an intentional running out? Because that's what they would do. That's what they did when the three of us kicked it off for him. Asked us the really tough question with the. Or is there more? Does he answer? No, right? I love that. I love
I
this
think
bit.
that's it.
I love this bit. That's amazing. That's amazing. Perfect freeze. Look at that Chewy. Oh, Jay, that's awesome, man. Oh, that makes me so happy. You know what? Like now, let me just share his the other little question here, or what I was about to read for you. Hang on a second, because he typed it out, so I want to take the time to read him out for everybody. So he said, "This is the first photo I took after getting a new diorama. It's just a modular 2-wall piece. It finally allowed me to place my lighting elsewhere besides straight on, like my standard sewer diodes. This was also a mini tribute to Sergeant Bananas, as this shot was 100% inspired by him. I tried to mimic his style." And then without sounding repetitive as hell, the fact that an actual community is out there that we can just talk and nerd out all together on various platforms. We all had toys, but a community and toy shows were not around. So that's it, man. Dude, Jay, congratulations, dude. Oh,
That's awesome.
wonderful.
Yeah, really, congratulations. And that is our top 10 for this week.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's
So
go
we
back
have
to
to do our fast spin. And Machu, the only reason I didn't quickly send you the link is because Chris and I are yawning and fading, and we're gonna be wrapping this up, my man.
I did think about it though. So if you're in the chat, if you want a chance to be entered into our Fast Pass giveaway, just type in hashtag Wonderbread and we'll get to this in just about like 30 seconds. I'm gonna press that draw button.
Yeah.
So Yimbo, are you excited for this weekend? Do you have anything planned in terms of toy related things?
Toy related things. I really honestly just want to reload my drafts. I do still have stuff from my last session because now I've turned into, I know in the past people have said, oh man, you get like a dial that you can just keep up, and it's been wonderful. Yes. But now this is kind of just like my streaming look, and I know reviews and things, but really like I've now turned into, I bring out the diodes and set up because like I have, my 78 and Lone Wolf stuff. And I just do now a full step. So like I bring it up into the living room. My kids will help me, which is really adorable. So I'm looking forward to doing some more like toy photos. I might do maybe I'll do another behind the scenes thing. I don't know. They're fun. So I just want to take pictures this weekend. I'm like dying to take more pictures.
So am I. That's what I really want to do. Just take some time whenever I have time.
Right. Try to squeeze it in. But no, like I definitely I just want to set it up because I know once it's set up, like I just stared at like my 78 city that I had like built that whole weekend. And like I just walk in, even if I wasn't like shooting it, I would set up like a Batman and and it's just a piece of art, again, like we said when we were buying it, like this is a piece of art, just drooling looking at it, and then finally like getting the chance to get the lighting going and snap the pictures. So I just want to set it up. I just want to get it going again.
Well, let's do our fast pass and let's draw right now.
Bing 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 pom pop bing bing pom pop bing 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 bing. Hey! Man, awesome.
So you can always DM No Chewing. Let them know whether or not you want to pay it forward or if you want to choose a photo of your choice, and it'll be on the Toy Pick Community Top 10 nomination for Top 10. So congratulations, Wesley. Awesome.
Sweet.
And that was awesome, man.
It's a great. This was fun, man. We get to hang
Remember-
out. We got to hang out with two awesome individuals. Again, at the top of the show, our first hour was getting to hang out with the Chamba and Cheynee180 from ToyMigos. So
awesome.
again, just great. They're just so nice. I mean, it was just awesome. It was like just a really cool conversation. I just loved the directions that we went in. It was so neat.
It was a lot of fun with them. I learned a lot. Always learn a lot from our guests. And I thought, remember right before the show when we're like, we're going to keep it to tight 2 hours, right?
I didn't tell the Wonder Bread story. Remind me next week, everyone. Wonder Bread.
Well, actually, I do think, how long is this story?
I'm telling it, so let's just.
Is it a long one? Well, let's just start it. Let's start right now.
So, unite my toy collectors, photographers, and more. We had some fun tonight, but we're out of pictures to explore. We thank you for your time. It was nothing but sublime. Though it's time to go to bed, don't be filled with dread. Because next week we'll be right here. Your toy daddies will appear to bring you joy and laughter every night and here on after.